A beautiful night on campus as students and fans flock tonight to GCU Arena as the Lopes look to make it 5 wins in a row with the Cougars of Chicago State in town. I'm Kate Longworth, and you're watching the Lopes pregame show here on Cox 7. And the Lopes really turning it up down the stretch here as they close out the regular season with just a few more games. In fact, they'll be playing their final 2 home games tonight and Saturday, boasting a 19-9 overall record. Now, if they get to that elusive 20th win, that will make it back-to-back seasons in which GCU has accomplished such a feat. And it's been a total team effort. In their last 2 games on the road, the team scored a total 138 points, and 46 of those points came from guys off the bench.
It's very important because JB and Wayne and the starting 5, those guys, they can't do it all by themselves. So when we get on the court, when the bench gets on the court, it's our time for us to put in production and give the team some push for us to get a W.
Oh, it's so important. You know, you never want any dips going in when you start putting subs in. You want the energy to increase, and you want the play to continue to stay at a high level and increase as the game goes on. And so it's important, especially going down the stretch and having guys that can come in and play good minutes and play well. And you know, we've got a bunch of guys that have been playing well and doing that and stepping up and doing a great job.
The Lopes, they've battled a lot this season, from injuries, some tough losses, some big games against some strong opponents, and down the stretch, they are making things happen, and they still have a shot if everything goes their way and some other teams help them out at that WAC title or share at it. We'll see how that all plays out. But for now, let's talk about tonight's big matchup, and for that, we bring in the guys who know this team the best. They'll be calling the game, Barry Boutel and Scott Williams. Guys, take it away.
Thank you, Kate. Yeah, the road had been kind of a tough road going, but back-to-back victories to close things out. They've won 4 straight, rolling into their home finale here of back-to-back games.
The Lopes are hot.
Yeah.
And I love the way that they're playing good team basketball. Spreading it around, they're getting out running, they're having fun.
Yeah, they indeed are. They were down, 29-6 against Seattle, and then Coach Marley kind of huddled things up. They rallied to beat them 61-58, and then a big victory at Utah Valley by 6, 77-71.
Well, I love the one in Utah Valley. It's just it's one of those victories where you hit a big shot right at the half. It gives you that momentum, and suddenly
look at this.
This was here. Take it. You go ahead and take this.
Look at this. Off of the shot by Utah Valley. Shakar turns, just fires away. Had no time to set that up, baby. But look at that.
That's 80 feet. I mean, coming right at you here, Shakar. He really, like you said, with less than 2 seconds, knew he had to fire one up there right in your living room. Knocked it down.
And then you could see how Utah Valley, the Wolverines players, when they left the court, how deflated they looked.
It just took the energy right from them. It sapped them. They never recovered. They spent all the time in the locker room lamenting that one shot. They're not focused to come out in the second half, and GCU steals it.
Well, big victory, as we mentioned, back-to-back road victories. Now propelling the Lopes to 19-9 overall. They're about ready to hit that 20-win plateau. But look at the overall standings. Bakersfield 10-1, 9-2, the Aggies, and there are the Lopes at 8-3.
Yeah, Bakersfield's hot. I mean, they got control of their own destiny right now to get that top seed going into the WAC Conference Championship tournament, so they control all this. But I love the way GCU's playing right now. They get 2 wins this week, and they go to Bakersfield, and maybe they get a little help. Maybe they can steal a piece of that regular season title.
And UMKC will be here Saturday night, and they're right back at it, just 1 game back in the 4th spot overall in the conference. But they're getting players off of the bench. Shaq Carr hit that 80-footer, but he's been extending his minutes in action. Fifi Adu, also Kerwin Smith. It's getting a little deeper.
Yeah, the bench has been playing really well. They're playing with confidence. You got to like that. I mean, they're no longer freshmen at this point in time in the season. Even Kerwin Smith, who's in his 2nd season, you have the red shirting. He's really gotten that strength. He's gotten the confidence to be able to finish amongst bigger, stronger bodies inside. He knows he can bang with guys down.
And how about DC, Darian Clark, the shoulder problem that he had, but he seems to be playing with a lot more confidence.
He is going out like the way a senior should go out, leaving all the chips on the table, playing aggressive basketball, taking the hard to hole. averaging about 18 minutes over his last 3 basketball games, almost 12 points and 7.3 rebounds, and he's doing it by shooting a high percentage, nearly 60% from the field.
Incredible. And another guy that's stepping up in his first season is Oscar Freyer. 6 rebounds averaging per game in the last 7 games?
Hasn't been shooting it well, but he's a very heady freshman. He knows that he can do other things to contribute to stay on that floor and that starting lineup to where he likes to be. 6 rebounds a game, like you said. He gets a couple blocks every night. He gets a couple assists every night. He runs the floor. He spaces the defense for other guys that come in trail positions, knock down shots, set solid picks. He's just a guy that has learned how to play when he doesn't have the basketball to help his team win games. And there are good reasons why they won these last 4 games.
No doubt about that. Chicago State comes in. Here's a team that does not have a stellar record overall in the conference and is just 6-22 overall, but they've got a couple of players that we'll be keeping an eye on, and Trayvon Palmer and Fred Sims Jr., and they took the Lopes to 2 overtimes.
Yeah, 2 overtimes at Chicago State back on January 28th, and they came down here 2 years ago and took care of the Lopes. So they're going to have to be very cognizant of trying to be able to score before Chicago State can set that zone defense. We've seen Seattle give the Lopes fits with that zone defense. They don't shoot a high percentage. You got to get that basketball clean off the glass and get in transition and get clean looks for easy buckets.
It is American night here at GCU Arena. We'll send it back over to you, Kate.
All right, guys. Well, it seems only fitting. You guys look sharp in your red ties. Patriotic music playing right now here in the arena. And the Lopes just 1 win away from making it 20 wins on the season. That would make back-to-back seasons with 20 or more wins. Scott, what's that say about this program?
It says that you're establishing a program that year in and year out is going to be one of the tops in the conference and tops in the NC2A Division I basketball. It's where you want to be. 20 wins at this level of basketball is a tremendous accomplishment for Coach Marley and his team. He's got him focused. He's got his stamp on the brand of basketball he wanted to play now. Started with the defense, get it done, get the basketball, score a high percentage, shoot up tempo. When it starts at the defensive end, he's put his own stamp as a player now as a coach on this program.
You're absolutely right. Very impressive effort by the Lopes all season long. They've battled injuries. They've had a very impressive strength of schedule, and now just 1 win away from making it 20 on this season. You got to imagine Dan Marley is a happy guy, but he's also very intense. We know he wants to finish off the season strong. So for tonight's game plan and his overall feel of the recent road sweep, we will talk to the coach right after this as he sits down with our very own Barry Luttel. Stay with us.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. And me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Fans, this is the final year of the 4-year transition period to NCAA Division I for GCU. Next year, all 21 D1 teams, including men's basketball, will be eligible for conference and NCAA tournament play. Now's your chance to be here from the beginning. Lock in your season tickets for generations to come. Renew or purchase before March 15th and pay 2016-17 prices. Call 602-639-8979 or log on to lopestickets.com. Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena on American Night. Barry Luttel alongside the head coach Dan Marley. Coach, welcome back home after a successful 2-game road trip. Wow.
Yeah, it was good.
It was 4-game winning streak.
tough wins, but good ones. Anytime you go on the road and win, especially against Seattle, at Seattle, and Utah Valley, two hard teams to play. So very happy with our trip.
Let's talk about Seattle. It'll probably begin with a little smirk on your face. You're down 20, what was it, 29-6?
29-8, 24-9, something like that.
I remember.
24-9.
It was like a 10-minute drought, I believe.
No, that was in the second half,
Oh,
the
that's
10-minute
second
drought.
half,
We got to 56 points, and then it took us about 11 minutes to score another point.
What was said in during a timeout where your team came back out of that timeout and seemed to respond? Is there anything that could be repeated from that huddle?
No, I mean, there just comes a point where you got to make some baskets. And the good thing about it is that we didn't make a whole lot of baskets, but we were good enough defensively that we didn't let them go on any runs. So you can always play good defense. You can try defensively. Sometimes the ball's not going to go to the basket, but we did a good job defensively. And then if the shot's not falling, you got to find a way to get to the basket. Seattle plays a very good 3-2 zone. They always give us trouble, and that's why they do it. But what we did do well that night was offensive rebound, and that's one of their weaknesses. So we crashed and got second and third shots. And
then Utah Valley, a team that always plays you very physical, and you come out with a 77-71 victory and a big boost at the half with Shaq Carr, 80-footer. To give you guys a 2-point cushion at the half.
Yeah, Shaq's been playing well as of late. Came in and provided a lot of spark for us. Did a really good job of getting to the basket. Here you see getting the rebound and throwing that thing from half court, just at the 3-court, nailing it. So that was a big boost. We go into half court actually leading instead of being down. But Utah Valley is another good team. They got some guys who are from major programs who are, like you said, physical, big. They shoot the ball well, and we got ourselves down in that game too, and just found a way to win and get a big road win at Utah Valley. You win the first game at Seattle, you know, and if you lose the second one, kind of negates that. So we did a good job.
You know, we've sat here during pregame shows earlier on this season, and you talked about your bench, you know, maybe being 6 or 7 deep. I mean, you didn't have a lot of guys, but now maybe you got a little deeper. I mean, Kerwin Smith, Fifi. Shaq.
We've gotten deeper. I mean, Kenzo's back.
Right.
Hasn't played a whole lot. Didn't play at Utah Valley, but we got Fifi. We got Kerwin Smith. We got other guys who can step in. Shaq's doing a good job. So we do have more guys that come off the bench. Jared is now coming off the bench, is doing a better job as far as not starting, coming in, providing that defense spark, making a couple shots. So we're trying to find our way here. We got 2 home games left, and then we got to go to Bakersfield. So we want to round out the season. We have 19 wins. At the beginning of the year, with all the injuries we had, if you would have told us that we were trying to get 20 wins. So we're right there. We just got to take care of home court. And then I think Bakersfield, if we're able to take care of these 2 games at home, which is a big if, but if we're able to do that, I think Bakersfield will be a lot of fun.
Big matchup, of course. You'll see it right here on Cox 7 Sports. You talk about Shaq Carr. He picked up, 22 minutes, Utah Valley, 17 against Seattle. He seems to be limiting his turnovers a little bit.
Well, a lot of, the JC guys, sometimes it takes them a year to get it going. It's taken him a while. At the beginning of the year, he was really good against Duke the first game, and he kind of went into a slump. He wasn't looking to be aggressive, wasn't playing defense, any of the things we asked about him. Now he's gotten a little bit more aggressive, looking for a shot, taking to the basket, finishing. He's always been a good passer. Defensively, he can be really good. He's quick, he's strong. So Shaq is starting to round into shape here and has done a good job as of late.
How about Fifi Adu? Just 6 turnovers the last 12 games?
Fifi's on his way. He's got to use his athleticism. In practice, he's unstoppable. He really takes the ball to the basket, can really score with how physical and athletic he is. Sometimes the game he settles for too many threes instead of using his ability to get to the basket. So he's kind of finding his way. The really great thing about Fifi is I think he could probably be one of our best defenders. With him and Jared on ball, the way he guards, he's done a good job there. So it's good to see him being a freshman and getting a lot of time this year, kind of getting his feet wet.
You mentioned the 20 wins. You're on the cusp of that now with 19 after 27 wins last year. You look at the WAC race. I mean, it is in the thick of things. You mentioned Bakersfield. They're on top at 10-1, and then New Mexico State's back with 2 losses, and you have 3. It looks like a three-man race, so to speak.
Yeah, and those are the top 3 teams. They were last year, and it's kind of the 3 teams are at the top of the board right now. So we kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the loss here at Bakersfield. When Bakersfield came in, we led most of the game, and then losing at UMKC, you just can't do that. So we got to take care of home business and maybe get a little help from some other teams, and we'll see what happens at Bakersfield. But right now, I'm happy with the way we're playing. I just want to finish strong. And Chicago State, for some reason,
I know, right? 2 overtimes, yeah.
They give us a lot of problems. They're going to zone. They're going to play man. They're going to trap. They junk up the game. And for whatever reason, they give us a tough matchup. So this will be another one tonight.
All right. Good luck tonight on
All right,
American
thanks.
Night, Coach.
Thank you.
Head coach Dan Marley, our guest. Stay with us. More of the Lopes pregame show continues with the completion of the 27th Avenue building project. GCU has added another jewel to the West Side campus. We'll show you the grand opening as the Lopes pregame show continues from GCU Arena on Cox 7.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening. Grand Canyon University's newly remodeled golf course is thriving in the heart of Phoenix, featuring over 7,200 yards of expansive tees and tree-lined fairways, signature par 3s, greenside bunkers, premium greens, and a brand new clubhouse and restaurant. Experience a University Championship golf course this summer with great rates as low as $15 available now. Book your tee times at gcugolf.com.
Well, God bless America. That is the theme tonight here on GCU campus. Dan Marley joining University President Brian Mueller and some special guests, some real live American heroes in attendance for tonight's game as the Lopes celebrate America Night in their final 2 home games here at GCU Arena of the regular season, and a lot to celebrate. Obviously, our nation and the great things that the Lopes student body hope to be a part of, but also it's been a great winning season for GCU basketball team. Right now the team sits at 19-9 overall, looking for its 20th win. I'm Kate Longworth. Thanks so much for joining us here for the Lopes pregame show on Cox 7. And GCU doing great things on the court and outside the arena as well. With the completion of the 27th Avenue building, GCU has now moved its employees from all over the valley, from Peoria to Tempe, right here to campus on the west side of Phoenix. And by doing so, they have re-energized this neighborhood as well as changed the value in the local community.
I absolutely think it's fantastic. I myself, as a student worker, worked over here at the 27th Avenue location, so seeing this big, huge expansion of brand new buildings is great. I think that it's awesome that we can have employees in a central location, because you know, with us over in Peoria and over in Tempe, it was just kind of a lot of stuff, and the fact that we're in a central place right down the road from campus, I think is excellent, and it gets us feeling a lot more involved in the community.
I think the community is going to start feeling like they're living in a new place, and I think it's going to encourage them to want to even have better homes, and I think the business are going to try to improve to make them even nicer so they could match with what we have here at GCU.
One of the big things that we do differently here as a university than other places is we do a lot of cross-collaboration. We really try not to get siloed with just this department thinking about this one thing. Building and having these type of expansions where you can get different departments and various roles in one area makes that sort of collaboration that much easier. And it's going to make us a better, a stronger university. It's going to make us more operationally efficient. And then as a university, these things are encouraging. It gives us a sense of pride. I love bragging on our school and the things that we're doing. These expansions they're huge and they're big for everyone and every stakeholder involved.
In addition to the quality of academics, the university also performs as a key economic engine for the community it serves and for the state as a whole. We heard from Elliot some of the incredible statistics on the economic impact to the state of Arizona, and I can't emphasize that enough. In the private sector, we have a saying that when government gets out of the way and lets innovation do its work, we see business models emerge that are transformative. And in this case of GCU, very unique as well.
When it comes to public-private partnerships, Phoenix couldn't ask for a better partner than GCU. Each year we're seeing results, more jobs, more STEM graduates, more entrepreneurs, more construction, higher home values, safer neighborhoods, an incredible athletic program here at the university, which includes that amazing basketball team, so much more. Thank you for all your hard work on this project, what you do for our city and the surrounding neighborhoods. Lopes up.
This expansion has propelled GCU into the top 5 companies with employees based in Arizona. And a lot to celebrate tonight in the arena. It is America Night. And what better way to celebrate than to speak with some true American heroes? That's coming up right after this on the Lopes Pregame Show here on Cox 7.
I'm Taylor, and I'm getting my Bachelor's of Science degree in marketing from GCU. Moving on campus was one of the best decisions ever. Once I moved on campus, what really made me feel like I was a GCU student was going to all of the events and getting plugged into all the different things that we have going on here. One of the things that makes me feel most safe on campus is just the whole community aspect. Like, we're a big family here, and just knowing that I'm welcome with open arms and I can just be myself. Being an RA has given me a lot of experience that I think I can carry on through the rest of my life. Between my academic scholarship, my RA scholarship, I've got a lot of school paid for already. And what's been nice is that as I've been working throughout school, I've been paying back my loan each summer. The day I graduate, it'll feel awesome because I'll be graduating in 3 years and I'll have little to no debt.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to the Lopes Pregame Show. As you're following along at home watching the show, we want you to be a part of our broadcast. So find us on Twitter and Instagram using the hashtag LopesRising. You see right now, people are sending in their tweets. They're scrolling along at the bottom of our screen, and you could be a part of the action tonight on our broadcast as we celebrate America Night. I am Kate Longworth here on the Lopes Pregame Show. And we are joined now by 2 very special, true American heroes. So much on this basketball game and show. We're going to talk about the heroes on the court, but you guys are the ones who make things happen. Thank you so much for joining us. Wing Commander Brooke Leonard and Wing Commander Chief Randall Kwiatkowski. Thank you guys so much for being here. Just take me through how much appreciation you guys have for the community, and then we'll talk to how much the community appreciates you. But what is it like to have the surrounding love and support?
It's awesome in a word, but I'll tell you, we really appreciate the community. Nights like this, we've been to several sporting events throughout the Valley. This is another great one. We're excited to be here tonight, and I'll tell you, a lot of communities say they appreciate the military, but in the Valley, we feel it each and every day. That's
great, and as you should. Just take us through what a typical day is like for you guys, because I know the community does appreciate all that you're doing.
Oh, absolutely. We serve with phenomenal airmen, got a phenomenal mission to have the opportunity to serve our nation, our country, in the great state of Arizona. We got airmen that work extremely hard for our nation, for sure.
And you can tell you guys are passionate about what you do. You're passionate about your country. But how important is it to feel that support from the community and know they appreciate what you're doing, and what you're doing is being noticed?
Absolutely. It's our foundation. And so our military members get our mission done, and it's the community that supports our members, and not only them, but their families. And so that's what makes all the difference. And I know here at GCU, they take special pride in the military and all the service you guys are doing. What's it like for you to be out here tonight having fun at a basketball game and know it's
I don't
about
know
you?
if the camera can see behind us, but this is energetic. I mean, it's humbling. It's just awesome to be part of this excitement.
And I want you to know, too, talking to the players and the coaching staff here, they're excited when you're in the house. They want to play well for you. I imagine that touches you, right? They're going after their 20th win, and it's going to be all on you. I know, but I'll tell you, Coach Marley before the game guaranteed a victory. He told me I wasn't supposed to say that, but hey. Hey, just set it in front of TV. Marley won't mind. When they pull it off at the end, we'll come back and thank you. Outstanding. Thank you for having us. Thank you so much, and thank you for your service and all that you do. We really appreciate it. All right, well, there you have it. Coach Marley has guaranteed a victory tonight, and it's a big one. It will be number 20 for the Lopes, so we'll see what they can do. We still have plenty more to come, and with the Lopes going for their 20th win of the season, you better believe they have a chance at something big in the conference. We'll talk about it right after this.
I'm I'm Dominique. I'm a student here at Grand Canyon University studying hospitality management. My hospitality courses here are giving me a high-quality education from professors that I know have been successful. Being able to work while I'm in school has enriched my college experience. I feel like I know where I'm going and what I want to do. I've gone through things that can't necessarily be taught, and so that paired with everything that GCU is doing for me, I feel like, is setting me up for success. To have someone say, like, I want you, that's like a lot for someone like me. They're changing people's lives. By changing my life, now you changed my little brothers and sisters because they saw that I went to college. It'll just be, my greatest accomplishment, not just because it's a diploma, but because, I did what no one really thought I could do. When they say, find your purpose, they mean it.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. It is the purple pregame party, but tonight you're seeing lots of red, white, and blue sprinkled throughout the arena because it is America night here at GCU as the Lopes celebrate the country and also celebrate the exciting things this Lopes basketball team has accomplished so far with a 19-9 overall record. They are going for win number 20 tonight. I am Kate Longworth. You're watching the Lopes pregame show here on Cox 7. We're going to be talking a lot of men's basketball tonight. But first, let's talk about the ladies. And that is because Bree Mobley is stealing the show for the Lopes. She was named the WAC Women's Basketball Player for last week after having 31 points, 9 boards in the win over Seattle U and 10.7 boards in a win over Utah Valley. Tonight, Mobley with 12 points as GCU is on top right now at half over Chicago State, 33-30. Meanwhile, also at halftime, switching to the men's side, Seattle University with a 7-point lead over UTRGV. A couple other teams in action tonight. Utah Valley at New Mexico State. We'll keep an eye on that, as well as CSU Bakersfield hosting UMKC. UMKC, CSU Bakersfield, New Mexico State, and of course the GCU Lopes all battling it out for top spots in the WAC. So we'll keep an eye on those games and see how it all shapes up tonight as we round out those final games of the regular season in WAC conference play. Meanwhile, across the nation, this is the landscape of Division I men's college basketball. Gonzaga still in that top-ranked spot, number 1. They are at San Diego, but let's take a look at Villanova. They're hosting number 22 Butler, but Butler went on to win it 74-66. The Bulldogs won both games this season, but the big one was this was the first loss at home for the Wildcat seniors. They had won 48 straight previously. Quite the accomplishment. Meanwhile, number 3 Kansas took the victory over TCU. 87-68 the final there. That was 13 straight conference championships. That ties John Wooden's UCLA team for the most in a row. Speaking of UCLA, they are in action at Arizona, number 4. That is the big matchup on Saturday. But tonight, Arizona has USC, UCLA at Arizona State. And Scott Williams Tar Heels, number 8, going up against Louisville last night, number 7. Well, Scott Williams was in attendance, so you know what that means, right? Tar Heels came out on top, 74-63, 2-game lead in the ACC race. That rounds out just what the top 25 is looking at, and what's very exciting is that next year, when you look at those numbers, GCU will be a part of the madness as we head to March, as they complete their final transition into that Division I play, eligible for all tournaments next year, but tonight they are eligible for back-to-back 20-win seasons if they get the victory tonight over Chicago State. Will it happen? Well, you only find out one place. That's right here on Cox 7. The game, tip-off, it's all coming up right after this.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
The Lopes will look to extend their winning streak to 5 games as they play host to the Chicago State Cougars. Good evening and welcome to GCU Basketball. Alongside 3-time NBA champion Scott Williams, I'm Barry Butel. Kate Longworth will be along in just a moment. Well, the Lopes closing out the regular season, and they are in the thick of the race in the WAC conference. They are at 8-3 overall, chasing Bakersfield and New Mexico State.
Yeah, they are red hot. Coach Marley's got them playing their best basketball at the right time of the year. No doubt about that. Won 4 straight games, and like you say, chasing Bakersfield and right on hot on New Mexico State's tail.
Well, for the Lopes, how about Darian Clark? He's been on fire. He's been hitting at about a 60% clip the last few games.
Yeah, last 3 games, it's just been the man on a mission. He wants to go out his senior year in a big way. I love the pick and roll, and he is coming with some power and thunder around the basket, just chewing the glass, banging teams inside over and over again, and he's got some really good hands, getting those dishes inside, finishes with contact and going to the line, even knocking down his free throws.
Well, Chicago State comes in 6-22 overall. Their leading rebounder, and the leading rebounder in the conference is Trayvon Palmer.
Oh, this kid's a beast. He's a double-double machine. He leads the Western Athletic Conference with 14 double-doubles on the season. He eats glass every night, just a tick under 10 rebounds a game. You better watch number 15, or he will make you pay.
The Lopes looking for their 20th win of the season. Let's get it started. Sending it over now to the public address announcer, Paul DeNuser, with our prayer and our national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GCU Arena for God Bless America Night. And tonight's Western Athletic Conference matchup between the Cougars of Chicago State University and your Grand Canyon University Antelopes. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your caps as we begin this evening's competition with the word of prayer. Tonight's prayer is led by GCU cheerleader and senior exercise science major, Olivia Mock.
Please pray with me. Dear God, thank you for the blessing of another day. And I just want to thank you for the sport of basketball for bringing us all here tonight. Please protect these athletes and keep them injury-free tonight and for the rest of their season. And God, here on America Night, I want to take a minute to just praise you for your presence in this country. What a blessing it is to live in a place where we get to worship you freely. Please continue to protect, unify, and guide this country. We love you, we thank you, and we give you all the glory for all of our efforts. And it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Olivia. Fans, please remain standing as we now honor America with the singing of our national anthem. Presenting our nation's colors tonight is the Luke Air Force Base Honor Guard. The Star-Spangled Banner will be performed this evening by the Thundering Herd Pep Band with the help of the best student section in America, your GCU Havocs.
Welcome to American Night at GCU Arena. The color guard from Luke Air Force Base. Precision clockwork. As you look at the head coach of Chicago State, Tracy Dildy, in his 7th season, the former assistant at Ball State, DePaul, Auburn, and his alma mater, the University of Illinois Chicago, where he is in their Hall of Fame, as well as the State of Illinois Basketball Hall of Fame. They come in 6-22. Here's Tracy's starting 5. Anthony Eves, Fred Sims Jr., Joshua Batson, Trayvon Palmer, and Patrick Spear.
Yeah, we already talked about Trayvon Palmer. We're going to focus on number 14, Fred Sims Jr., 6'4", 193-pound sophomore, Chicago's own, playing right there in Chicago for Chicago State. Averages 18.6 points per game, like you mentioned, and he went for 21 points, knocking down 3 3-point shots back on January 28th against the Lopes.
Cougars 6-22 overall, 2-15 on the road, just 1-10 in the Western Athletic Conference. The associate head coach is James Farr. The assistants are Matt Raidbard and Eddie Denard. It's time now to take a moment to introduce you to Grand Canyon University.
Are you ready?
Here are tonight's Canyon State Credit Union starting lineup. Canyon State Credit Union committed to you. Dan Marley has these 5. Dwayne Russell, Josh Braun, Darian Clark, Oscar Freyer, and Keontae Vernon.
Yeah, Keontae Vernon had a poor road trip, so he sent a limo for the Chicago State Bigs this afternoon to make sure they arrived at the arena, because he went for 24 points, pulled down 15 rebounds in that game against Chicago State, the double overtime game back on January 28th. He's looking to bounce back in a big way against the Cougars.
GCU coming in 19-9 overall on the precipice of back-to-back 20-win seasons. 13-3 here on their home court, 8-3 in the conference. They have won 4 straight. Head coach Dan Marley in his 4th season. The associate head coach is Todd Lee. The assistants are Chris Crevalone and TJ Benson. Director of basketball operations is Luke Dallariba. The assistant director of basketball operations is J. Fall. And the graduate assistant is Brendan Sabian. Time now for Scott's 3 keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, Windy City fast break. This Chicago State team, they shoot a poorish 39% from the field. You got to get that rebound cleanly off your defensive glass and run for easy baskets before they have a chance to set their zone defense. The only thing I like better than football, basketball, and golf area is deep dish Chicago pizza. That's what you got to do against this team. You got to pound the ball inside against them with the pass and with the drive to try to get even better shots than you can get. Once you get them softened up inside, now you throw it back outside. You get the clean look from the 3. And since it's American night, Star-Spangled Banner gear. That's what the Lopes want tonight. Achieving 20 wins in back-to-back seasons is a huge deal, but you can't do that if you overlook the record of the Chicago State team. Sure, they've lost 7 in a row, but 2 of those games were in overtime. So you better bring it tonight and be ready to compete.
We are underway. The opening tip, a little miscue. We'll redo it. The fans will remain on their feet until the Lopes hit their opening bucket. Oscar Freyer loses it to Trayvon Palmer. Here come the Cougars. The officials, Rick Hartzell, Doran Gottschall, and Mark Beasley. Eves to his left. Finds Batson. Batson inside. Off of the fingertips of Fred Sims Jr.
Yeah, there's a miscommunication right there. I think that Fred Sims thought he was going to go down and set a pick. And oh, look at this back front pressure here. Lopes handle it.
The Vernon looked at this. Open for 3. Josh Braun. Bam.
Oh, they took that cookie cutter to that press.
beat it nicely, and the mayor knocks down a 3 to start the ball game.
Ooh, a nice drive there by Batson. Doesn't go. Pulled down by Braun. Look out. Foul coming back. Batson got a hand in on Braun.
Well, that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to foul needlessly 90 feet away from your goal. Give this GCU Lopes team, you put them in the bonus early, and they'll make you pay from the line.
Russell to his right, plays catch with Frere now over to his left. Braun to Frere up front, up high. Oh, not enough. Clark tried to come up. Foul committed.
Oh, they love that high hand. They generally do it against the man-to-man defense, but you can do it against the zone if you can seal that baseline defender on the outside. Clark tried to sneak by on that perimeter. Just couldn't handle the dunk cleanly.
Clark at the line, 63% free throw shooter.
Yeah, fifth-year senior. He's been playing some really good basketball over his last 3. Would love to go out with a couple victories at home tonight and again on Saturday night, but he goes 0 for 2 on that trip.
We saw number 30, Gentry Hunt, came in for Baxter for the Cougars. Eaves backs up. Russell has an eye on him. To his right, pulling down, driving. Spear off the glass.
You got to remember he's left-handed. I think Clark got up on him for a right-hand drive. Spears took it hard to the hole to the left side.
Ooh, almost too heavy for Josh Braun. Bounce pass from Russell to Vernon. Back to Braun off the glass. And around it goes.
Every time you change the side of the ball on offense, you get high percentage shots. And a beautiful pass by Keontae Vernon.
Palmer, look out. Drains it.
Isn't he good? Let's give credit where credit is good. He gets so good at putting the ball on the floor and coming up with buckets.
Quickly, Vernon, Braun, 3. Go! Oh, the Coos on fire early.
The mayor is hot tonight. They're going to get him out of that zone real quick. They keep giving up clean looks from behind the arc to Josh Braun.
Inside, kick back out, open look for 3. Off the far rim, rebound pushed out by Hunt.
Look at this one more time. Look at the way he slip snap pass between 3 defenders. Josh Braun so good at finishing with either hand. And then again, Keontae Vernon cross-court pass to the open Braun.
Frere speed draws the foul. Hunt, he tried to thread the needle.
Did you see where Oscar Frere caught that ball? Right in front of the stripe here in front of us. One dribble. Even after the contact, he was laying the ball in the basket. The kid's got some type of athletic ability I haven't seen in a long time out of a young freshman.
Braun looks for 3. Doesn't drop.
That was a heat check. He was a good 3 or 4 feet behind that three-point line when he launched.
Spear to his right, Hunt. Palmer driving baseline, Vernon.
I think Palmer heard me say that Vernon sent a limo to the hotel to pick up the bigs because Palmer's come out here like a man on a mission. He had the little sidestep to his left, and then here it is again. Hard right-hand drive, gets behind Vernon, and Vernon's playing the jersey chasing and looking at the back of the driving. Palmer has to commit the foul.
73% free throw shooter. Trayvon Palmer leading the team in rebounding, steals, blocks. Personal fouls and turnover. Leading the rebounder in the WAC. Pressing again, Frere up for Braun. Waits for Frere. Frere looks to his right. Bounce pass. Russell wants some. Gets it.
Hey, Barry, they're making it look real easy from behind the arc right now. The full court press is not working. That's yielding threes. And this half-court zone defense is giving up open looks.
Spear leaves to the corner. Not there for Gentry Hunt.
Wow, Frere just pogoed up.
Braun looking for 3. Ba-bam! Oh, it's raining threes.
It is raining from everywhere, inside and outside for Josh Braun right now. He's off to a fast start. The mayor's already in double figures with 11 points.
3 of 4 from the arc.
We were talking to him before the game. We asked him if he was ready to go, and he said, oh, yes, he was.
Fred Sims Jr. Back out front, Hunt. Eves. Louisville, Kentucky native with a nice move over Clark.
Oh, beautiful move. It was between, he thread between 2 defenders with the dribble. Got his J.
Oh, my. Josh Braun. A little bit of an errant 3. Russell from long distance. A little chilly now on that end of the court. Spear just inside the arc. Back out. Palmer. Doesn't go, but the putback by Hunt does.
Wow, that was really nice play by Hunt there. He had to get over a GCU player to get that in.
Braun sees DC. Oh! Hunt there. Battles after it. Puts it in off the glass.
I was surprised there was no whistle. I think a couple players stopped on both teams, and only one that kept playing was Keontae Vernon, and Darian Clark went back up with it and got it the second time. 3-point shots and inside basket. GCU gets those look all night. It's going to be a long night for this Cougars ball club.
Fred Sims Jr. looking for 3. High rebound. Spear battling Clark. Out for Russell. Russell wants Fryer to move.
Yeah, they're in that 1-2-2 zone defense.
Inside, Vernon turns. In and out, pulled down by Palmer.
They're going to have to tighten up that zone defense. They're weak on the perimeter and they're weak interior as well. There's no point being in the zone if you're giving up interior looks.
Clark comes out. That's Sims Jr. from long distance. Just can't seem to move inside of the Cougars. Russell, Fryer, he wants to try a 3. That's off the mark, but Vernon picks it up but loses it to Sims. Sims, Eves, driving around the baseline.
A good hustle back in transition D that time by Darian Clark. Eves was denied an easy opportunity because Clark was hustling back.
Players at the scorers table looking to come in, pushed out by Fryer. Jared Martin, Fifi Adu come in. Timeout on the floor. 14:06 and boy, that was an up-tempo start to the game.
It really was. Josh Braun's on fire. 11 of the Lopes, 16 points.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, thank you guys. I am with GCU women's soccer coach Derek Leader, and congratulations, your first full season as head coach under your belt, and it was a very successful one. What stands out to you? You guys finished 3rd, tied in the West.
Ultimately, just the way we ended the season, finishing 3rd in the conference for our first year, we were pretty excited about it.
Yeah, and you guys also returning a big core of the contributors, from the goalkeeper to some of the strong WAC players, from Mackenzie Cook to Madison Cox, and your leading scorer. What are you expecting for the spring season and the upcoming fall season as well?
I think the team's been coming along great this spring. We're looking for the leadership of all those players as we return, and we're looking forward to starting it off this spring.
And the spring season is exciting with U of A and AU on the calendar, and starting Saturday, you've got UNLV. What are you anticipating?
Yeah, UNLV is going to be tough. They made the national tournament last year, so we play them this week, and we play Pac-12 team Arizona next Saturday.
And you guys are creating quite the buzz around the state, from club soccer teams to some of the strongest contenders at the high school level. Women are talking about wanting to come here and play at GCU. What's that mean to you?
Oh, it's everything. I mean, people look at our stadium, they look at this university, they see the crowds, but I think the local soccer community, Arizona, they're talking about GCU.
And you mentioned the stadium. It was so fun for us to be able to cover one of your games in that state-of-the-art stadium. What is it like for you and your players when you step foot on there?
The feeling's incredible. I mean, we love it. We love playing at home. We love playing here.
All right, and then we just want to encourage fans out there. Saturday, make it a doubleheader. Support women's soccer, and of course, show up here to support the Lopes in their final home season basketball game.
All right, Kate and Derek Leader doing a great job. Definitely the local club soccer teams definitely getting noticed and recruiting some of the top talent in the state of Arizona.
Yeah, they got a pro soccer team coming here, Barry. There's something I'm excited about, too.
Oh, as the shot clock was expiring, Palmer from, wow, well beyond the arc.
Yeah, he shot that one from a good 7 feet behind the arc.
Vernon inside, Fifi Adu. Back out to Braun beyond the arc. Bam! Oh, my!
He did a moonwalk back to the three-point arc. He's been so hot from behind the arc. He said, why shoot a 2 when I can make a 3?
6 assists on 7 field goals for GCU. Hunt looks for 3. Rebound, Palmer. Trying to keep it in, but out of bounds.
Palmer is active tonight. He went hard on the offensive glass. But look at Josh Braun. He just got himself back to that three-point line when he saw Fifi had the ball.
Braun had to quickly come back and receive that from Martin. Braun pulls down the 3. Back to Martin quickly. Wow, they're moving the ball. Fifi, bounce pass inside. Martin back to Adu, quickly to Russell. 3. Big rebound. Pulled down by Spear. Anthony Eves. Out by Adu to Traven Palmer. He looks for 3. Not there. Rebound, Russell. Vernon loses the handle, out of bounds.
Nice job running the floor. Russell was patient, giving Vernon a chance to get deep where all he had to do was catch and go up, but a good defensive reaction to get all ball, knocking that one out of Vernon's hand because he was about to flush it home.
Inbound, Russell in the game now. Dubovitsky for Chicago. Oh, Josh Braun wants more, but the rebound pulled down by Palmer. He's just launching.
Yeah, he's 5 for 8. He's got it on automatic right now, and I think Coach Marley will be happy with him shooting as long as he continues to hit at a high percentage.
Eves, front of the rim. Martin's there for the rebound. Shakar in the game for Keontae Vernon. Crossover, back out. Braun, look for 3. A little chilly from the arc.
Yeah, he's missed a couple now. You wonder if he might say, okay, I think that run I had was over. Maybe I play a little defense, go back inside, maybe try to get fouled, get myself back to the line to get my shooter's eye back.
Dubovitsky, back out front. Eves trying to cross over on Carr. Carr's called. Can't believe it, but he's called.
Well, Shaq Carr did a nice job anticipating where Eves was going to go. I thought there was definitely contact, but I thought Carr took that contact right between the numbers.
11:44 on the clock, timeout on the floor. 6-point Lopes lead over the Cougars from Chicago State. Leave it here on Fox.
GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration and partnership with industries that require a STEM-prepared workforce, our faculty concentrates exclusively on student success within a deeply nurturing Christian setting. Find out more at gcu.edu/CSET.
Grand Canyon men's basketball is brought to you in part by Canyon State Credit Union. Committed to you. Murray Butel, Scott Williams, Kate Longworth. GCU Arena on American night. (19-9) of the Lopes. The USA champ. Some of the heroes in attendance. It was about, 37 years ago and a day or two from the Miracle on Ice.
Ah, yeah.
1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team.
They took up Russia, didn't they?
They knocked off Russia.
Russia, right.
Tretiak. Palmer inbound. Dubovitsky. Palmer in the corner. Trying to pull down on Carr. Driving. Russell got a hand on it. Knocked it out. Batson trying to drive. Back out. Loses the handle. Carr's trying to drive after it. Martin will end up with it. Quickly. Russell. Driving. Fouled heavily. Dubovitsky.
No, Chicago State never gets into anything there and turns the basketball over. And you're going to turn the basketball over against the Lopes when Dwayne Russell's on the floor rather. He's going to just take it quickly to the other end, gets the contact, and goes to the line. So this is about the way you would have hoped the Lopes would have come out. They are not overlooking this Cougar team at all. They're 7 of 16 from the field right now, and they're playing with a nice energy and body language out there on the floor right now. Everything's perfect, but you got to love the hustle that they're exhibiting.
8-point lead for the Lopes. Lopes hitting just a tick under 44%. Cougars 33%. Delonte Simmons in the game. Dubovitsky over to Batson. 7 on the shot clock. Batson looking for something. Palmer 4-3, pulls back. Dubovitsky short rebound. Oh, Martin goes off of Jared Martin.
That's a tough one. It comes off so short and so fast, it handcuffs the defender trying to rebound the ball. It smacked off of Martin before he could even react to try to get his palm on the ball. Oh, no.
Rebound. Foul. Jared Martin called. Ron takes the seat. Russell, Fifi Adu, Jared Martin, Shaq Carr, and Oscar Freire on the court. Palmer connects on the front end.
This Trayvon Palmer, he's a tough customer inside. He's more explosive than he looks. He's stronger than he looks, and he's a lot more active than you can imagine.
9 points, 3 rebounds in the corner. Adu for 3. Not there. Freire wants it. Wow, look at him battle after it. Shaq Carr, travel.
Little too unselfish that time by Shaq Carr. He either had the jumper just inside the free throw line or that little floater he's been working on all season. If it wasn't going to be a travel, I thought they might have been whistled for a 3-second violation anyway. So I think he's just trying to play that point guard role and get everybody else involved. And in some positions that when you get the ball on the floor, you just got to go ahead and call your own number and get one up on the glass.
Dubovitsky takes a seat for the Cougars. Russell got a hand on that. Fred Sims Jr., their leading scorer. To the right. Batson driving, loses the ball. Carr got a hand on it. Russell. Down to Oscar Freire, but coming up over the top. Delonte Simmons.
Oh, you don't see Oscar Freire getting his shot denied the way Simmons did on this one. He had to get by one defender, and Simmons came over and smothered chicken on the young freshman.
Deontay Simmons from Detroit, Michigan. Inbound. Martin quickly to Carr in the corner to Freire. Past the 10-minute mark. Oh, nice move by Russell coming back down off the feet. Batson.
Actually quite lucky because I thought he was going to get whistled with a traveling violation. It closed out on him quickly. He wasn't able to shoot the ball, and it went off the defender's foot. Look at this one more time. He goes up in the air, and it goes right off of number 21's foot and out of bounds.
Fifi. Carr looks to drive, leaves from Martin. Puts it back himself.
Well, Martin shot at that corner like he was coming out of a cannon. It was going so fast he couldn't control the body, and then he banged into a defender, but he stayed with his shot and got it back up again. He's so good at either a starter or coming off the bench at being active.
Batson looks inside, looking to his right, back over to his left. Spear.
Driving baseline is Palmer. Martin, great job on playing defense. Gets his feet underneath him.
I don't know if they keep this stat in the whack, but it seems to me he would be leading because he is so good at sliding those biscuits and staying in front of a defender and drawing that contact and getting the charge and getting the ball back for his mates. He throws his body around like a sack of potatoes.
I like that for his mate. That was good with Australian ties and everything. He said mate.
Oh yeah, I was trying to do that.
Yeah. Frayer, Russell pulls down, stopping. Oh, good job by Dwayne Russell pushing that back out on the miss. Barr driving into the paint. Foul call. That's it.
Right now, Chicago State having a tough time getting rebounds on the defensive end. They're a -5 on the season, giving up rebounds to their opponents, and they're down 15-10 right now. And the Lopes have 7 offensive rebounds in just over 11 minutes of action.
Lopes just one of their last 8 from the field. Russell looking to drive, off balance, rebound, punch back by Oscar Frayer.
You better get a body on Oscar Frayer. We're just talking about the 7 offensive rebounds. Oscar Frayer said, no, not so fast. Let's make it 8 offensive rebounds as I punctuate this one back through the net.
Simmons, bounce pass. Sims. Carr got a hand on it. Good job by Shaq Carr. Points off a turnover. The Lopes 9-3 over the Cougars.
Look at this one more time. You don't put a body on Oscar Frayer. Look where he starts and look where he finishes. He's outside the paint, gets right to the front of the rim, and with that great leaping ability, hangs just high enough to go in and slam it home for his 4th offensive rebound.
Carr to his right, open for 3. Rebound, Batson. Batson to his left, Spear. Fred Sims Jr. down in the corner for Palmer. Trying to move on Braun, unsuccessful. Sims trying to move on Russell. Russell got a little bit of a hand on it. Ooh, hoop and a harm now.
Yeah, that's where Sims wants to go. He's having a tough time trying to get there tonight because Russell's doing a good job 18 to 20 feet away from the basket. If he gets down that close, he's got a distinct size advantage on Dwayne Russell, and that's where he can punish him.
First points for Sims. We've talked about the zone and having it be kind of a thorn in the sides of the Lopes, but the press has been something they've had to battle here against the Cougars, trying everything.
Well, I think they were prepared for it. Coach Marley had his team really ready to face that 3/4 court press, and they've been taking their cookie cutter out and just slicing and dicing it. I love it one right here. Now stop it right there, because this is a great position. The double team's going to come over here, and they're going to get a nice double team on Oscar Frayer. He doesn't panic. Okay, go ahead and roll it. You got to Keontae Vernon. He shoots right into the middle of that area there. Now you got an advantage on the weak side. Putting a lot of pressure on these 2 defenders. You kick it over to the side, and Josh Braun knocks down the 3. So that's real good execution of your zone offense versus their defense. Made them pay for an easy 3, and they've got that one a couple other times tonight as well.
All right, apparently there's a special guest in the house. Let's send it over to Kate.
Yeah, guys, we're talking college basketball and Lopes, obviously, tonight, but how about the Cardinals? We are joined now by Drew Stanton. And first, thanks so much for being out here. And growing up in Michigan, I got to imagine you were a Dan Marley fan.
I was, being from the state and then watching him, the career he went on to have in the NBA, and now, getting a chance to come back here and see him coach is pretty special for me.
And you obviously go on to play football at Michigan State, and they love their sports in Michigan, especially at Michigan State. Basketball program, football program. What's it like for you tonight to be in this arena and see the support?
It's great. You can feel the energy. I mean, you know that you step, foot on this campus and you hear about the basketball program, but to see the choreographed cheers and everything they have going on, the student section, you feed off of that as a college player, knowing what that's like. There's nothing like a college atmosphere when it's special, and this is a special place for sure.
Right, and of course, a lot of fans in attendance tonight, hoping that it's going to be a special season for the Cardinals next year. Carson Palmer, Larry Fitzgerald going to be back. You guys all coming together with a win-all mentality. mentality? What are you expecting for the upcoming season?
You know, I think last year was a little bit of a hiccup. You know, we realized that we have to come to work every single day, and it'll start when we go back to work in April. So this team's going to look different, but it always does each and every year. But we have the core group of guys coming back, which is really exciting.
All right, we wish you the best of luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Drew Stanton.
Drew Stanton, how about that?
Good.
Yeah.
Looks like he could be a
beard.
Could like be a country music star, you know, like Tim McGraw or something. He had that.
Yeah. A cowboy hat on, a cowboy belt.
Drew McGraw.
Yeah. Some boots.
Yeah.
Okay. What was that? Tug McGraw? Didn't he have a son that played?
Tim McGraw. Faith Hill, Tim McGraw. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know your country music stars, don't you?
No.
Really? What a shocker. You know, I feel terrible, but every time I see him, I just think of the video where he's dancing on the sideline. Remember that?
When he's going down with the...
He's doing that little boogie or whatever. Yeah.
Well, you know, I like it, but I'm happy they got Carson Palmer back this year, too. And Larry Fitzgerald says he's going to resign or stay with the team for another year. So the Cardinals have a bounce-back season. That last year was a bit of a disappointment.
Playing Chicago State here, as Vernon got a hand on that one. Chicago's looking for a quarterback. Foul with. Got a hand on the... Got a hand in the face. Inbound by Chicago State. Under 7.5 to go, they lose it. Frere up to Russell, bounce pass, Shaq Carr off the glass.
Wow, nice job by Frere. They got that thing down the floor quickly. You got Russell and Shaq Carr out there on a fast break. His lights out for the Cougars.
Vernon got into Spears' face, knocked that one loose, but Batson was there to gather it in. 15 on the shot clock. Not a lot of room to operate.
Oh, I got him 30 feet away from the basket with under 10 to play in the shot clock.
Sims swarmed. Spear trying to turn. 2-1. Got a shot up. Oh, they caught a break as it went off on Braun.
Now look at that steal. Russell gets it. He puts it on the floor twice, and then a nice little push pass over to Shaq Carr, who lays it in nicely off the glass. 9-point advantage for the Lopes.
Punt in for Batson. Spear turning short. Frere.
Spear tried to hit
Russell.
Vernon with an elbow in the chest. Vernon didn't even move.
Havoc's letting them know that it was an air ball. Carr to Russell. To his right. Now to his left. Carr just inside the arc. Russell looking for an opening. He'll just shoot it. Frere battled after it. Oh my!
Now this man has been playing some basketball on the glass now. 5 offensive rebounds and 2 putbacks here in the first half alone.
Fred Sims looking to move on Frere. Unsuccessful, but pulls back and drains it.
Oh, that's a good move. Hard to the left. Put on the brakes. Defender keeps moving, and you knock it in. This zone defense right here is getting beat every time. They got to get out of that.
Russ through the press. Vernon pulls back, leaves it for Carr. Frere. Braun wanted it, and he got it!
Oh my goodness, the coach was trying to play defense on the corner because nobody was guarding the hottest guy in the half. And Josh Braun, he's wide open over there.
Tracy Dildy grabbed his head after that shot. He put both hands on top of his head like, oh my goodness.
He's standing behind Josh Braun, yelling at his team, come over here, somebody guard this, man. And nobody sees Josh Braun. Even Oscar Frere didn't see him. You can see Coach over there going, oh no, it's too late.
Russell takes a seat. Frere takes a seat. 8-1, the assists for GCU. Talk about dishing it. It's almost like they're in another gear that Chicago State just can't catch up to. Oh, Carr put the afterburners eye. Left a vapor trail there, but it didn't dry.
Yeah, see, he's still athletic. I would have liked to see him just go in the right hand and try to dunk that.
No help there for Eves to let it fall. Carr at the Fifi-Edu. Back to Carr to his right. Braun. Shaq. Gingerly off the wing, now takes it back and over to Braun, down in the corner to Martin. Braun's gonna come out, pull down the three, Fifi over to Carr, he's gonna drive baseline, push back out. Left it there for Braun, but it was a tough pass. Fred Sims Jr. stopping. Chicago State getting chilly, like a wind off the lake. .12 Lopes lead. Martin inside, Fifi turning. Not there, Keontae Vernon puts it back.
A very nice job by Fifi getting in the middle part of that zone defense. He couldn't get the ball over to Vernon, but just by getting it on the glass, now Vernon's allowed to just chase it. So 10 points off of 10 offensive rebounds down here in the first half alone.
Spear driving, Keontae Vernon takes it and hits the hardwood, grabbing that left knee.
I'm not sure if they went knee on knee, would send Vernon to the ground, or if when he went to the ground, he banged it into the floor. Either way, we got to get a stoppage of play and take care of that young man.
Jordy Hackett, a busy man all season, will attend to Keontae Vernon. 14-point Lopes lead with 3:55 to go, opening half.
I'm Dewey, a student here at GCU studying communications. My dad graduated from GCU in 2009, and he is definitely bleeding purple. He loves GCU to the max. And me choosing to follow in his footsteps was the best idea I could have chosen. I absolutely love sports, playing them and watching them, and I could talk about them all day. GCU has made it possible for me to pursue my passion of becoming a sports broadcaster. The program they had here and the direction it could take me was exactly what I wanted and what I needed. Knowing that I could talk to a professor or a counselor about literally anything that has to do with my academia or even just my personal life was encouraging and exciting to know. The friends and the roommates that I've had in the last 3 years have made my quality of life 1,000 times better. I am a GCU Lope, and I will forever always be one.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back. You're watching GCU basketball here on Cox 7. Right now, the Lopes with a 34-20 lead over Chicago State with just under 4 to go in the first half. And we want to remind you, as the Lopes wind down their regular season home stretch here at GCU Arena, we want you to be a part of the action next year. GCU men's basketball tickets now are on sale for next year's game. You can also be a part of the Saturday action. It's a senior night against University of Missouri Kansas City Kangaroos. That's here, 7 o'clock tip-off on Saturday. Great tickets are still available, but remember, this is the place to bring the family. And as GCU is in its final season of transition into Division I action, eligible for March Madness in every tournament for next year, you want to be a part of the action. And basically, I'm sitting out here with this crowd, and this could be you next year. You could be a part of this crowd. We just talked to Drew Stanton. We've heard Rick Pitino of Louisville talk about this crowd. This is where it's at. It's a great environment for kids, family, the students, the Havoc section. So if you want to be a part of the season tickets, we want to remind you to get your tickets now.
Picked off, blind pass, Fifi Adu. Oh, fouled on the play by Anthony Eves. Now the tickets are going to be hard to come by next season. Tournament eligible next year. It's been 4 long years. We look at Keontae Vernon and that injury to the knee.
Oh, yeah, he took it right to the inside. That's the worst part to get hit. There's no flesh on the inside of your knee there when you take that shot right on the inside. You see that left hand go right down on the inside of that knee. That hurts like the dickens.
Fifi connects the back end. 15-point lead. 3:40 and counting.
They're switching out on the top defensively. It's really putting a lot of stress on the Chicago State offense.
Palmer to Sims Jr. Trayvon takes it back, looks inside the spear. He turns the pass. Ooh, look at that. We don't see that every day.
I think that's the first one of those we've had this year. So who gets credit for the rebound on that? Is that a team rebound or the guy closest to the ball? Look at this one more time. Trayvon puts it up there and it just wedges between the rim and the backboard.
See the Nike logo? It's all good. Martin back to Dwayne Russell. Russell Braun open for three. Oh my goodness.
Now Josh Braun is cranking him in. He's got a season high of 7 3-point shots earlier this year, and he's got 6 in the first half of this game alone.
9-0 run for GCU. Lead is 18. Sims Jr. finding some room. Tried a floater, didn't go. Fifi Adu. Bounce to Russell. Russell looking to his right. Goes left. Braun quickly in the corner. Jared Martin. Oh, give him some too.
My goodness, this game has just exploded right now. A 12-0 after that timeout has pushed this up to a 21-point advantage, and the Cougars are up against the ropes.
Tracy Dildy calling the timeout, gathering his troops as they try to look for some answers at Dan Marley and his team. With 3 games remaining in the regular season on the cusp of their 20th victory, looking sharp. Speaking of Dan Marley, be sure to tune into the Dan Marley Show for an up-close look at the GCU men's basketball team, recaps of recent WAC games, and you'll hear detailed game analysis from the head coach. Stay tuned for upcoming shows coming up this Saturday and a final season recap show. That's the Dan Marley Show coming up on CW6. Saturday night, 9 p.m. Another great crowd here at GCU Arena. Close it out on Saturday night against UMKC. They're just a game back in the conference, and the Roos are playing extremely good basketball. So if you want to see Lopes basketball, you better be here on Saturday night. Senior night, homecoming. Wayne Russell will be honored. Darian Clark. I'm sure it'll be an emotional night for Dwayne. Braun. Rebound. How about Fifi Adu? But loses the ball with Jared Martin. I'm not sure. I guess they can smile a little bit with a 21-point lead.
Yeah, you know, that's one of those plays they're both hustling after the basketball. Neither one's quite sure if the other one's got the ball secured. I don't know if Coach Marley be smiling over there, but he certainly will forgive the effort. Rather have him make a mistake hustling and being aggressive than playing passive.
Dubovitsky near side. Palmer's got a little bit of room. Hits it over Jared Martin.
Palmer's in double figures now. He's got 11 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Guy brings it every night.
He's smooth. Russell to his right, plays catch with Fifi. Russell, floater up top. Hey, DC!
And they're working that pick on the backside of that last guy down there on the zone. He gets picked off, and they're allowing the big to sneak behind it for the high handoff. The zone is killing Chicago State, but they're short-handed. He only got 8 players, so they can't afford to get anybody in foul trouble.
Dubovitsky's 3, pulled down by Martin. One pass over to Josh Braun. Pulled down by Spear. Approaching a minute to go, opening half. GCU opening it up. 14-2 run the last 4.5 minutes. Joshua backs in. Near side. Off the wing. Comes back out front. Bounce pass. Palmer. Dubovitsky driving baseline, trying to go by Braun. Looked inside, not there. Shot clock violation. They just can't find a seam. I can't find a crack, a crevice, an opening.
No, the Lopes defense is really tough tonight. I mean, it shouldered the Cougars to 29% shooting. They forced a number of turnovers that have led to easy opportunities the other direction. They're crashing the offensive glass. And an ineffective 3-quarter press in a half-court defense of zone is leaving GCU easy opportunities tonight.
Russell waiting for the cue. Marley to his right. Fifi, 18 on the shot clock. Russell motioning for Josh to come out. Russell moves to the right. Over to Martin, open look, but he pulls down for Clark. Fouled on the play to Bavitsky.
What an unselfish Martin. He'd already hit a three-point shot, could have fired that one, but he sees the fifth-year senior right at the basket and slipped it down to him, and he got fouled.
Send it over to Kate.
Guys, there's a couple things you just know in life. It's not funny to hit the funny bone. You go to the doctor, they hit you with that little hammer on the knee.
Wow, yeah.
It kind of can hurt. Well, that's what happened to Keontae. Knee-on-knee action. The good news, he's going to be able to return. The bad news, the prognosis, it was painful.
Rub some dirt on it. Get back in this thing. Well, I don't know. We got a 21-point advantage here. Maybe the best thing for the rest of this half is to let it calm down and start a little opportunity to come out at halftime, warm back up properly, and then start him in the second half. But you're right. That's the toughest one. You get hit on the outside of the knee or even right in the front of the knee, it's painful. But you get hit on the inside where there is literally no flesh, nothing but skin. That one stings.
Ron and Russell take a seat. 15 left to go in the opening half. Eves brings it up. 10, 9, 8. In the corner, Palmer, way off. Pulled down by Fifi, 4. Over to Carr, can he do it again? Off the backboard. He's only good from 80 feet.
Yeah, he's too close.
Yeah, way too close, way too close.
Great half, though, by GCU. I mean, the defense was phenomenal. You hold the 29% from the field. You get anything you really wanted on the offensive end. And wow, what a half Josh Braun had. He put on a display.
Let's send it over to Kate.
Well, the Lopes finish off with a 15-0 run, and some of the things you stressed from day one, distributing the ball, rebounding out there, the team doing just that. What stands out to you in the first half?
Well, first thing, Josh hitting shots makes a world of difference. I mean, they get 20 in the first half. Start off hot against the zone. And then Oscar did a great job on the boards. I think he had 5 offensive rebounds. He had maybe a 10 or 11 for that first half. So you got to attack the zone, make some shots, but then go crash.
When Josh is working it from downtown and hitting those shots behind the arc, how does that energize this team, especially when he's such a team leader?
It takes a lot of pressure off us because we can find a way to score against the zone, and we can usually get shots from the outside. We don't have a real big inside presence. So when Josh is making shots, it's a world of difference. And then Oscar using his athletic ability and crashing really helps also.
All right, thank you. Best of luck in the second half. And guys, it only took till the final home stretch here at GCU Arena to kind of crack a smile from Dan Marley at the break. I think he's happy with the effort so far.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, he's got to crack a smile there. Just like I saw when Scott Williams going to make his way out to center court to participate in Simon Says at halftime. Oh, it's going to be a long night. 44-22. Kate will be back with more of our halftime festivities as we continue from GCU Arena after this timeout.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692. GCU offers more than 200 innovative programs across 9 colleges, which now include cutting-edge next-generation programs in engineering, computer science, and information technology. Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit gcu.edu.
Well, when you're up 22 points at the break, it's all fun and games here at GCU Arena. Right now at halftime center court, we're looking at a little Simon Says with no other than our Scott Williams. The Lopes and Havoc students played this last year. Scott Williams has been talking about it ever since, so it's a big debut for Scott Williams out there playing Simon Says. We'll update you on how he does. Oh, wait. There's nothing to update you on. I think he just got out. Gosh, Scott, someone should have explained the rules to him. Luckily, because he is Scott Williams, they're giving him a second chance. So more on that to come. Meanwhile, Kate Longworth here, welcome you back to the halftime show here on Cox 7. And I'm joined now by a very special guest, Director of Operations with USAA, Natasha Cosby. Thank you so much for being here. First and foremost, just explain to us what USAA is all about.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. USAA is a full financial services company that supports the military members and their families. So everything from banking, checking to insurance. We started over 90 years ago, and we have over 30,000 employees, with 4,000 of them being right here in Phoenix.
Well, I always see those very touching commercials, and you touched on the employees and so many being here in Phoenix. Are you hiring in the Phoenix area, and what do you look for in employees?
Absolutely. We are absolutely hiring in the Phoenix area. We're very excited to be hiring in Phoenix. So in our North Valley location, off of I-17 in Happy Valley. And really what we're looking for are those individuals that can handle customer service calls and really have the compassion and can live by our core values at USAA and taking care of those who have served.
And you guys have just recently entered a new partnership with GCU. Take me through what that's all about and what it means to you guys.
Absolutely. Well, we are so honored and blessed to have this partnership with Grand Canyon University. You know, at USA every day I have the opportunity to thank those that have served, but we're at God Bless America night with GCU, and this is just a tangible way for us to really show up in this community and really help with military awareness and thanking those that have served and that are currently serving as well. So we are just so honored to have this partnership, not only for military, but also for these great students that are here as well. You know, we want to hire them at our location as well, and so we really just feel like this partnership is just off to a wonderful start, especially today.
I was going to say, couldn't have been drawn up any more perfect than a night like tonight with the red, white, and blue shining through, and many members of USAA in attendance tonight. And the Lopes doing their part to put on a show right now, up 44-22 over Chicago State. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you, Scott Williams, for providing some halftime entertainment here at GCU, playing a little Simon Says. We'll see just how he did right after this. We're watching the Lopes pregame show here on Cox 7.
GCU is the university that never sleeps, moving at the speed of light. And now GCU is leading in the area of computer science and IT. With over 200 university degree programs across 9 colleges, on campus and online, join the most inventive concept in education today. Fast track options available with courses in cybersecurity, cloud computing, and systems architecture. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/IT. At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty and student advisors. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to GCU Arena. 44-22 is the score. GCU on top of Chicago State. Barry and Scott back with you at halftime after a grueling Simon Says competition in which you bowed out quite early.
I don't know what happened to my Simon Says skills. I think that, it's lost in my adult
Yeah,
you know,
it wasn't
nets
my
or
idea,
whatever.
by the way, for you to participate.
Yes, it was. You made me get out there. I had no idea what I was going out there for. You guys could have gave me a warning, and I could have started practicing over here.
All right, let's take a look at our first half highlights. We begin with Josh Braun hitting from the arc. Who else but the mayor?
Well, Josh Braun, he could probably be good at Simon Says because he's good at everything else. He knocks that one down and got the Lopes off and running there with that 3-0 lead. And then Russell, he knocks down another three. That put him up 14-6 advantage. He struggled in that first half, just 1 of 4 from the field. He got those 2 points right there. Palmer was the man for the Cougars. He had 11 points, 3 rebounds in that first half. Was doing a lot to try to keep his team close, but it was Josh Braun. He was off to try to set a season high in threes all in the first half. He had 6 threes. Sims Jr. was slow to get off the launch pad in that first half, just 5 points. Oscar Freire, I just love the way this guy's been beast in the glass. 7 boards to go along with 4 points. Then Josh Braun, another one, his 6 3-point shots. And I love this one by Darian Clark. He wants to go out in a blaze of glory, throwing that high hand off down there. He's got 5 points and 3 rebounds.
Look at the first half stats, 44.4 field goal percentage, 8 of 20 from the arc. Turnovers, just 5 for the Lopes, 27 of 14 the edge in rebounding, and 11 to 1 in assists.
Yeah, the points in the paint are 16-6 advantage points in the paint. They're taking care of the basketball. Like I said, only 5 turnovers in that first half, and I love the way the benches come in tonight. They haven't scored a lot of points, but they come in with a lot of energy. 8-2 advantage in the bench, off the bench.
All right, we'll have more of our halftime festivities from GCU Arena. Kate will be back with you as we continue from Phoenix, Arizona on American Ice. It's a 22-point lead for GCU.
Finding the right college isn't always simple. The choices I make today affect where I'll be tomorrow. That's why I chose Grand Canyon University. Here I'm working toward a greater purpose and a place that feels like home. With scholarships to help me earn my degree, I can graduate in less than 4 years. By attending GCU, Arizona's premier private Christian university, I know I'm not just making the right choice, I'm making the smart choice.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Welcome back to Lopes basketball here on Cox 7. Right now, GCU on top, 44-22 at the break. And leading the way for all scorers out there, Josh Braun. The mayor is hot tonight beyond the arc, nailing his 6 threes, 20 points to his name. Meanwhile, spreading the wealth out between Martin Russell and Clark for the Lopes as they each have 5 points to their name. Trayvon Palmer responsible for half of Chicago State's points. He has 11 of the Cougars' 22 points. Meanwhile, Fred Sims Jr. came into tonight's action averaging 18 points per game. However, Lopes defense turning it up against Fred Sims Jr. as well. Maybe he's just struggling a bit. 2 of 6 only, just 5 points to his name. How will the second half carry over? Well, if Josh Braun is still hot from beyond the arc, you can expect good things for the Lopes as they go for their 20th win on the season. We'll be right back with more Lopes basketball here on Cox 7.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
There's a surge of excitement at GCU as the Lopes gear up for greatness. We do not accept defeat. We will not disappoint. We will not quit. We are the intensity brewing in the heart of Phoenix. We are the Lopes rising. Come watch us defend our house against Louisville, San Diego State, and rival New Mexico State. Catch all the family-friendly entertainment. Games will sell out. Get your basketball season tickets today at lopestickets.com.
I am Laura Lozoya, and I am majoring in biology with an emphasis in pre-med at Grand Canyon University. The dorm life at GCU definitely helped me build relationships, and I've made great friends on this campus. The quality education here is great. You're testing your limits, but you're going beyond them. It all comes together. The sciences, the ethics, and just everything. It's a beautiful thing.
Grand Canyon University, the quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university. Visit GCU.
22. We want to rewind back because right now the Lopes are going for their 5th straight victory. But let's take a look at win number 4 for the team in this recent stretch. Against Utah Valley at Utah Valley, off the Wolverines miss. Check out Shaq Carr leading the charge with that first half buzzer beater. Really no time to even set up, just turns, takes this look 80 feet out and nails it. Talk about a momentum change for the team as they went on to win 77-71.
Guy shot the ball. As the rebound was coming down, I actually looked at the clock and seen that it was 1.4 seconds. So right then I knew I had to just heave it up there. So one dribble, just heave it up there. I guess God was with me, I guess. So hey, it fell. We took the lead and we ended up getting the W. So it all worked out to perfection.
Shaq Carr all smiles after that big shot. That was again to end the first half at Utah Valley. Talk about taking a momentum change with you guys into the locker room that carried over into second half action for the Lopes as they got their 4th straight victory down the stretch in this final games of the WAC conference play. And now, guys, they got their 22-point lead as we head out there for the second half looking for win number 20. You like how it looks so far?
So far, how can you argue with a 22-point lead? No doubt about it. Shaq Carr, nothing but net from 80 feet, captured with perfection from GCU's own videographer, Jake Jackson.
I love that
with the
shot
Lopes.
when it's coming right at you. And
right in your living room.
Splash right in the basket. But you're right, Kate. The 22-point lead, it's great. But I would even say I'd be happy if they were up 12 the way they've been playing. This defense has been absolutely phenomenal. There's big Jake down there working that camera under the basket. But, you know, Coach Marley, he'd be more happy with the defensive effort than the actual score right now. And he loves the score, but he wants his team to play like this down the stretch with that kind of energy on defense.
Sims Jr. to Palmer, got it knocked out of his hands. Russell bounce pass, Vernon back in the game. Boop. And
Mine, that was a nice break. Russell didn't have the guy on his left. He was kind of defended. He was back, and it was Fred Sims Jr. got back. He was giving Vernon just enough time to catch up to the play. Slipped him that bounce pass nicely.
Front rim. Could hear that one. Pulled down by Eves.
Not very many fouls called in that first half. We'll have to see if the officials are consistent here in the second half and let the players play.
Eves, eyed by Josh Braun. Braun with 20 points in the opening half. Eves driving. Oh, Mark, how about that? What was that, smothered chicken?
Yeah, that was more like cash me outside. How about that? Because this one right here is a great effort of staying high and moving your feet and blocking the shot without fouling.
Shot clock violation, their second of the game.
Well, I don't know if they're going to give Frere credit for that blocked shot or not, but he's been averaging 2 blocked shots a game over his last 3 basketball games, protecting that rim.
Russell inside to Vernon. Vernon turns towards the basket. Near side, Russell in the corner, driving. Foul. That's it.
And you get out there on Russell because you're worried about his three, and then now you got to worry about his drive and putting pressure on you on his way to the basket. Batson had to foul him. He's been battling. He got a couple early ones in the first half, and now he's picked up his fourth personal foul here. Just a minute 15 to play in the second half.
Batson takes the seat. Dubovitsky back in the game. Running back to Braun.
Braun will go for a couple more threes this half. Set a new GCU career high.
Ooh, lost it, but got it back. Fortuitous bounce. Picked off by Dubovitsky. Sworn by the Cougars. Fred Sims Jr. The leading scorer, 18.6 points per game. Has 5 so far. Loader, heavy, pulled down by Clark.
Yeah, he can't get going. Fred Sims Jr., I mean, they're doing a job on him defensively. The second leading scorer in the WAC has been shut out here in the first half.
How about Darian Clark taking it to the hole?
Going out in the blaze of glory, and Darian Clark is doing it all. He's taking a high handoff for flushes, putting it on the floor, spinning it off the glass with the offhand. Wonderful job by Clark.
Ooh, Russell takes a fall into the glass. Open is Anthony Eves.
Yeah, he's just he trucked right over the top of Russell. No call by the officials. We talked about getting out there at 8:45, Barry. I think the officials are on that same, following that same clock.
Spear stopping Russell, and Clark has it, pulls down in the paint. Fouled.
When is the last time you've seen Darian Clark showing so much energy on the offensive end? And this is a fifth-year senior realizing he's got 2 home games left, making a game and a half left here at the GCU Arena, and he has given it his all.
Dubovitsky with 3 for the Cougars. Clark, nothing but net.
Clark's got himself now 7 points. He's 3 of 4 from the field, but he's only 2 of 6 from the line. He'd be in double figures, making 8 points. Excuse me. Scoreboard operator's a little slow, but yeah, he'd be in double figures if he could get to the line and make a couple more free throws.
Palmer pulls back. The 2 doesn't drop. Russell, 17 and counting, second half.
Russell got 3 boards now. Russell's only 1 of 7 from the field. I wonder if he tries to get going a little here in the second half.
Braun open for 3. Pulled down. Oh, foul by Freyer.
Freyer's been working that offensive glass to perfection tonight. Anything that goes up there, he's going after.
Darian Clark's going to take a seat. Jared Martin in. Eves brings it up. Bounce pass, Fred Sims Jr. Dubovitsky pulls down, goes to his right. Palmer looks to his right to Spear. Spear driving baseline. Eves quickly in the corner. Dubovitsky. Rebound, Palmer. Fresh 30, driving left-handed in for Trayvon Palmer.
Man, oh man. I mean, the rebound was nice in traffic, but that spin move was absolutely fantastic. Using the offhand, clearing away from the defense, and got a nice shot up.
Russell drives. Good D by Fred Sims Jr. Eves over to Spear, left-handed in.
Yeah, back-to-back baskets inside. And Eves creates a silly foul 90 feet away from the basket. You get a little mini spurt, a little 4-0 run, a couple baskets inside. And Eves creates a kind of a silly foul. You got GCU a little off balance. I know it's still a 21-point advantage, but sometimes you get a couple buckets and another stop, and all of a sudden it snowballs, and those 14-2 runs all start going your way.
Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Thanks, guys. I am joined by the women's soccer team goalkeeper, Blakely Frosch. Thanks so much for being with us, and congratulations on a successful season. What stands out to you?
This season was great. There was a lot of highlights to this season. I would say crushing NAU in our first home game was definitely showed us where we can play against a lot of Arizona teams. It was good for us.
And speaking of NAU, you'll see NAU and U of A and UNLV this Saturday. We're talking about your spring schedule. What are you anticipating?
It's good competition. It's definitely good to see where we stand going into the 2017 season. Our team's really clicking right now, so we're really looking forward to it.
And last year, 6 shutouts. I imagine that's something you personally take pride in.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm proud of myself, and every year I look to get more and more shutouts, so next year I just want to build on that and work harder.
And you mentioned some of those games that stand out to you last year, that first home game. What does it mean to you guys as a team when you step into that state-of-the-art stadium and get to play there in front of some big crowds?
It's definitely nice to see a lot of people from the community coming out and supporting us, all the youth soccer athletes, boys and girls. It's really nice to see them cheering us on from the sidelines, and really motivates us to play hard.
And speaking of the community, you guys are getting a lot of recognition from local club teams, high school programs. They're recognizing if you're a female soccer player, GCU a place to play at. What's that mean to the program?
It's definitely awesome to play in a huge facility under the lights. It's humbling, and it's also very motivating.
All right, well, we wish you the best luck with the spring season and next year.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, guys, we had fun covering one of those women's soccer games, and we wish them the best luck in the spring season. And now, how about a little bit more basketball?
A little more basketball coming up. Blakely Frosch, great goalkeeper in the great state of Minnesota. Prior Lake, Minnesota. I mentioned she's from that great state.
You got a fondness for Minnesota, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know why. Vernon leaves it, dribble handoff. Stopping. Russell, rebound. Lands into Batson's hands. Dubovitsky. Ooh, look at there.
7-0 run. You get a couple layups, you get a stop, you get another three-point shot. You got to like a team that find themselves down 20-plus points that don't hang their heads and give up and let that go to 30. Got to keep playing.
Frayer stopping at the line, and it goes in.
I like Oscar Freyer's game. I like him better as a starter than I do coming off the bench, but I like him energy, whether he's scoring points or not. He's finding a way to help his team.
Turnaround, Fred Sims Jr. Oh, looky here. The Cougars,
I'm not sure
life here.
I'm not sure Fred Sims Jr. ever saw the basket until the ball was going through the net. It looked like he was slinging that shot up over his head with two hands, mind you, before he even got his eyes on the rim.
Batson's going to take a seat following out with his fifth. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, they only have 8 players available for this game. Make that 7 now, as he's used all of his fouls tonight.
Frayer to Vernon to Martin. Braun, turnaround, 3, good!
The inbounder sometimes is the most dangerous player on the floor, and that's on a nice little down screen for Braun, and Coach Marley recognizing the hot hand. Braun delivered.
Tying his record and the team's record with 7 3-pointers. Josh Braun, 7 of 14 from the arc. The mayor. Dubovitsky from Russia. Alex Dubovitsky. Sims Jr., his shot. Oh, look what fell back into his hands. Foul call. Oh, it doesn't go. Fred Sims Jr. going to the line.
Well, we talked about the slow start he had in the first half with only 5 points. He's got 7 now, but if you're a player that can go for 18 a night, you realize that one half of basketball is not going to make or break you. You got to stay in it and keep battling. And I think that's what Sims is trying to do here in the second half.
It's a back end. 54-34. Quickly, Braun. Martin looks to his left. Finds Braun for 3. Does he hit it? Oh, yes! Yes, he does. That's the new record.
Yeah.
8.
New GCU Division I record. Josh Braun. We still got just under 14 minutes to play.
Rebound. Vernon just takes it away. Ooh, picked off there by Eves. Eves driving. Floater. Doesn't go. Rebound. Braun can't find it. Goes back into Eves' hands. Crutch 30. Backs up. Spear looks inside, finds Palmer. Palmer to Spear in the paint, kicked out to Eves, looks for 3, gets it.
Nice inside-out basketball. Palmer commanded 3 players' attention when he caught the ball inside. A quick pass out in a rotation, finds the open shooter behind the arc.
Martin takes it from Russell, leaves it there for Dwayne. Braun pulls down, he wanted more. Inside, Vernon, foul. Eves.
Yeah, Eves got down there with that alligator. Keontae Vernon, he wanted no part of him. He said, I'll just take this foul. And realizing his team wasn't quite in the penalty situation, it's a baseline out of bounds play, and you better watch Oscar Frere down along that baseline. Oh, he tried to throw it off the back of the defender and grab it himself.
That guy looked familiar in the stands. The Smash Brother in the house.
Grandy Glaze is in the house.
There's that smile.
Hey, I love Grandy Glaze. Yeah, that was Keontae Vernon's Smash Brother buddy over there. I bet we can get him a jersey. I bet he's good for at least 10 and 10 right now.
Sneak him back in. Dubovitsky. He and Eves have 3 personal fouls. Batson's already out with 5. Long range. Hey, how about Fred Sims Jr.? That was pretty flat.
Yeah, Fred Sims Jr. He's got himself in double figures now. Keeping that thing under a 20-point disadvantage.
6-0 run. Braun. Oh, doesn't go. Spear with the rebound.
Braun's trying to get 10 threes tonight. Every shot it's taken, it seems like he's camped out there behind the arc. The basket's looking so big to him.
I'm not betting against it. Spear trying to turn.
Hooked him. I'm not sure if it was Martin or Vernon. Spears hooked down there on that baseline, but the officials were all over that call.
Patrick Spear from Wheeling, Illinois. Martin. Fifiadu. Bounce pass inside to Braun. Looks back out. Oh, picked off. Look out. Getting a little sloppy. Trayvon Palmer. Oh, Fifi goes up over the top. Foul call on they do.
Well, you don't see Josh Braun throw the ball out of the post so poorly. At that time, Palmer was right on that one. And both Palmer and Adu went down hard. Adu's limping to the bench.
11:59 on the clock, second half. The Lopes lead it by 17 over Chicago State as they look for their 20th victory of the season.
GCU's College of Science, Engineering, and Technology offers a premier STEM education with relevant curricula designed to lead you to a career in the competitive fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. GCU is investing in the future of our STEM programs with multiple state-of-the-art facilities, providing students with access to cutting-edge technology. Our STEM education is motivated by a Christian worldview, which cultivates ethical decision-making. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology fosters traits in adaptability, collaboration, creativity, as well as ethical and social awareness, which makes our graduates from our STEM programs more competitive. Through robust collaboration and partnership with industries that require a STEM-prepared workforce, our faculty concentrates exclusively on student success within a deeply nurturing Christian setting. Find out more at gcu.edu/CSET.
Well, the Lopes are going for win number 20 here on America Night at GCU, and they are turning up the heat on the court right now, leading the way over the Cougars of Chicago State, 57-40. Really tonight, the Lopes doing a little bit of everything from rebounding to strong defense and maybe it's rushing off from what some of the other sports teams are doing across campus. Yesterday, a big day for the GCU baseball program as the players took the field at St. River Fields to go up against the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's a day the baseball team surely will remember forever, as will President and CEO Brian Mueller nailing that strike in the ceremonial first pitch. Afterwards, Andy Stankiewicz before the game exchanging lineup cards and remembering how this felt like for him when he was on the other side of things in the D-back uniform. A special day for the Lopes skip as he goes up against his former team. With his current team doing some good things. First freshman Tyler Hansen right there getting the strikeout. That'll be one he remembers. He got the start and faced A.J. Pollock and Paul Goldschmidt as well as Jake Lamb. And the Lopes didn't come out on top, but we expected the Arizona Diamondbacks to get the victory, I suppose, guys.
Great, great.
What a thrill for those kids, though, huh?
Freshman gets his first collegiate start, and it's against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Did Brian Mueller throw like a breaking pitch, or?
I think it was a two-seamer.
Oh, he reared back and brought the heat?
Yeah, and he reached back. I don't know if there was some sort of foreign substance. He had a nasty little break on it, but I don't want to say anything. But yeah, he put
they're using pine tar?
It was a laser, man. He was off fastball. You see the Vargas there? He was shaking it off.
I like that. I'd like to do that one day. I used to be a pitcher back when I was real little. I used to throw sidearm. Like the old Kid Jacoby. I was actually more of a submariner. Kid Jacoby style.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd bring it from like that third baseline. I'd have all those right-handed batters bailing out.
Freeze, right?
Yeah. Bam! Right in the strike zone.
Fred Sims Jr. Carr all over him. Braun's now on Palmer. Palmer driving baseline. Oh! Ball. He just swarmed it. Braun has
Catch me outside. How about that? I'll tell you what, there's a number of guys protecting that basket down there and getting their hands on top of that ball and denying on both ends of the floor.
Chicago State in the second half out rebounding the Lopes 11-4. Out of bounds, inbound coming in. Shaq Carr is going to go get it. Chicago State 7 of 16 from the field in the second half with 6 assists. Lopes 5 of 9. Braun's three-point attempt pulled down by Vernon. Battling with Spear. Spear called. Vernon at the line. Nothing but net.
Well, that'll make Randy Glaze proud right there. He knocks down his first free throw of the evening. He's been kind of struggling from the line somewhat on that roadie. He ain't got the points tonight, but he's been doing a lot of other good things tonight. Look at that bounce.
Under 11 to go. Eaves. Eaves driving, goes left hand up high and short. Spear battling after a loose ball to Babitsky.
Right about the glass. Cougs have been active on those boards the second half.
Spear backing in on Braun, turning to his right. Floater not there. Vernon to Shaq Carr.
Good Vernon is 6th board.
Carr to Braun, pulls down Russell. Looks for some opening, underhand and in off the kiss.
He wanted to cut it to the middle, nobody came, so he decided, well, the middle must be open. I'll take it myself right down the baseline, and no defender was there to help protect the basket.
Carr eyeing Eaves. Into Palmer. Carr called.
Look at this one by Russell right here. He gets the defender somewhat in a relaxed position and then just goes right by him to the basket.
Coming out is Sim. Dubovitsky called on Braun. 4 on Dubovitsky. Batson's already out. They only brought 8.
The old moving screen. You got to wait for the defenders. He comes up here.
Oh, look at that leg.
Oh, yeah, tripped him with that right leg.
Careful.
See Grayson Allen get whistled a few times for that this year. I was so happy to see the two get beat last night. Syracuse hit a buzzer beater 3 to take down the Blue Devils.
They got excited. Russell draining. He's getting closer and closer to that single season mark. 6-0 run for GCU.
Yeah, and I talked about Russell only having the 1 field goal and being a little more aggressive here offensively. You know, Braun's not going to be able to stay half for an entire 40 minutes. We need another score to step up.
Palmer out there. Vernon got a little tip on it. 30 straight coming in double figures for Dwayne Russell. Bounce pass. Keontae Vernon. Russell with 9. Vernon now with 8. Timeout on the floor.
Vernon's limping again. I don't know if it's that same knee giving him problems. He didn't get the lift that he generally gets around the basket. He kind of flipped it in from underneath the rim instead of powering it down above the rim. But you got to love this one right here. See, Russell's so good at reading the defense. And that was one where he gets that drag screen and a high pick. And then this one here, just with the push pass off the dribble by 2 defenders. See, it just goes by 2 defenders here. They bounce pass because the guys can't get their hands down there to try to get a deflection.
Well, you can see his face there. Keontae Vernon, that knee is bothering him.
Yeah, and then look at this. This is the WAC assist leaders, and Dwayne Russell on top with 5.1 a game, and Randolph and UVU 4.6, Baker 3.9, Westendorf, I really like that kid, 3.7, and haven't seen a whole lot of Stallworth. He's also got 3.7 assists, so you know, not only is he leading the conference in scoring, he's also the one dishing the most. We got Thunder on our scores table right now. Wow. shaking my papers all over the place.
Papers flying everywhere.
I'll tell you what, these kids go bananas on this place. I was at a North Carolina basketball game last night at Chapel Hill watching them play Louisville. Yeah. It was a great matchup, 2 top 10 teams going at it, but I'll tell you what, this place is every bit as loud, if not louder, than what they put. They put 22,000 in there last night. And I'd give the decibel level here in this arena just, you know, you probably put that Dean Dome arena crowd to run for their money.
Now all you got to do is talk to Coach Patino.
Yeah, Coach Patino, he was fired up in that first half.
Yeah, he was going after people.
3 points. He went after well, I think one of the fans said something to Patino as he was walking through the tunnel. And
I'm sure he's never heard anything.
He didn't have enough part of it. They said it took a couple of his assistant coaches to restrain him from going out and bumping that guy.
Really?
Yeah, the fan got tossed out of the game. I think rightfully so. You can't be out there yelling at the coaches.
I suppose. Eves. Fred Sims Jr. eyed by Carr. Wants Spear to come out and help free him up. Didn't work. So he just elects to shoot. Short rebound. Clark. Keontae Vernon on the bench. I wouldn't anticipate he'd probably come back with that knee. DC takes the feed from Shaq Carr.
A nice dish by Shaq Carr, but how about DC? What does that say? Going out in a blaze of glory. This kid has brought his hard hat and his lunch pail to the yard these last 4 ball games.
Eves to his right, near side. Trayvon Palmer. Working on Martin. Martin got a hand on it. Freed it up to Russell up the glass.
That's a textbook fast break right there. Get the turnover, kick it to the man who's out in front, and Russell uses his jets to beat the defender to the hoop.
31 straight double figures for Dwayne Russell now with 11. That's picked off. Russell to Carr. Carr driving, leaves it for Russell. Russell going down. Back to Broad. He wants another 3. Oh, it rings out.
That was 8. He's got 8 3-pointers. That was almost 9. Give him 8.5 because that ball was halfway down before it squirted back out.
On that 9 of 20 from the arc. Send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, Scott, I couldn't help but overhear you were back at your alma mater last night. I did notice you returned in such a great mood. I know being around the Tar Heels energizes you, but I think it might have also been a little star power. Maybe it went to your head because I know you're part of a documentary, obviously honoring coaching great Dean Smith, and you were a big part of his career playing with the Tar Heels in some very strong times on the court. Take me through what these last couple days were like for you and what your memories of college basketball hold. You're talking about Dwayne Russell, but I'm sure you have some fond memories of those final days in the Tar Heel uniform.
Yeah, I did, Kate. It was a special trip to go back. I got to see a lot of my Tar Heel family, my old college teammate and roommate. I got to tour the new facilities, the new locker rooms, and the Dean Dome. Those kids got it way better than we had it, which is pretty special. At their training facilities, weight room, cold and hot tubs, and everything that they got down there. It's like a Four Seasons underneath that arena now for those young guys, where they areas that they get to study and eat and relax. They got billiards and ping pong and pop a shot. But the most special part about it was being able to go on the floor with Coach Williams, watch practice. You know, he coached me for 2 years when I was at North Carolina. He worked with the bigs. Hubert Davis, who I played with, was there. I got to do an interview at halftime of the basketball game with Eric Montross, the guy I played with in Philadelphia. So having those special bonds with those guys was really, truly special. And yeah, they're doing a documentary to honor Coach Smith. So I had a small part in that. So got a chance to kind of relive some of the days in the dorm room and around campus. It was really special.
Great memories, of course, playing at the University of North Carolina. Boy, just looking at that one photo with not only you on that board, but some guy named Michael Jordan, James Worthy, J.R. Reed.
The 80s were special, but all you go through the 80s, the 90s, and everything else. But when I walked onto that floor, I kind of could see where Darian Clark is playing so hard, because we were kind of down my senior year. We had some injuries. We're kind of about where this GCU team is right here, and at 19-9, wanting to get that 20th win, and we had to win our final couple basketball games to get that. In the game against Virginia, where my shoulder dislocated a few times, but still ended up playing a nice solid game at 28 points, and we ended up pulling out the basketball game. And I think that's what Clark is playing, like a man possessed. You do not want to lose your final home game as a collegiate basketball player, and he's giving it all he can tonight, and I'm sure he'll bring it again on Saturday.
Reeves pulls up and drains it for the Cougars. Hey, we're keeping an eye on an out-of-town score right now. New Mexico State at home, trailing Utah Valley. That last check, that was by 9.
That's really good news for GCU, as they're one game back in the win column, so it may be a chance to pull even here tonight with a victory.
UMKC down by 4 in that opening half last check.
Dwayne Russell with another three-point bomb. So that slow one field goal start. Now all of a sudden he's got 4 field goals, a couple free throws here in the second half, and the leading WAC scorer, 14 points in this ball game.
Rebound, Clark's going to gather it in. Russell on the run. Driving, no look. Clark fouled down behind by Deontay Simmons. Clark goes back to the line.
In the ballgame for the Cougars, number 30,
Clark, he's shaking his head like he can't believe this. I think he just can't believe that he's 2 for 7 from the free throw line right now. You know how special this moment is, and he wants to make them all. Now 3 of 8, but the young man is battling hard. He's got his team up by 27 points. I think he can relax if he misses a couple free throws. Kerwin Smith is about to check in. He hasn't logged in tonight. I think there's been matchup issues is the reason why he hasn't seen any playing action. But I think they're going to get they might probably get Clark out of this basketball game and rest him up for Saturday.
Number 21, Kerwin Smith.
Kerwin Smith checks in for Darian Clark. Wayne Russell has 14 points. Coming in, needed 16 to become the single season scoring leader in GCU Division I history.
Whose record is he going to break?
Currently trails Josh Braun, who scored 562 points last season.
Ah, okay. So, gonna take down the mayor here, huh?
Friendly competition.
Well, Josh Braun is a phenomenal player, but he had that injury this year that sidelined him for a large portion of the season. And Russell really stepped up his offensive game, and he's the big reason that GCU is closing in. Or let's go ahead and call this one for GCU now with 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Their 20th win of the season. And that's a real testimony for the way the way Coach Dan Marley has gotten his guys to continue to fight through adversity. He didn't let the injuries or tough schedule or a lot of road trips give them reason to feel sorry for themselves.
Turned around by Palmer short. Wayne Russell with those 2 free throws is now the single season scoring record holder. Braun. Somebody get a fire extinguisher.
Josh Braun with 9 threes, so maybe his records fell, but he's setting a new record here and building upon it every time he knocks down another 3 for the most threes in a game by a Division I GCU player. He's got 9, and looks like he's going to hit the showers.
Kenzo Nudo in.
Yeah, there's another good look at it. He's just got a clean look at the basket all night long. Even the ones he's missed, they weren't contested.
Nudo, Torrance, Palmer. Bounce pass, Kerwin Smith. Backing in, turns towards the bucket. Driving on Spear, he's fouled by Patrick Spear. His 4th.
Spear was a big, strong player, and instead of trying to match the strength of Spear, he used his good footwork to create a disadvantage for Spear and got to the side of his body, and they had to foul him to catch up. So nice play by Kerwin Smith, saying I can beat you more than just by going to try to go strength on strength. That's got a disadvantage of that. Let me use some good footwork down here and gain the advantage.
Under 5 minutes to go. Gentry Hunt hits for 3. Russell chatting with Carr. Goes to Nudo on his left side, near side. Up over the top, Kerwin Smith. Backing in to his right. Floater doesn't drop. Rebound mill. Dwayne Russell, fresh 30 on the shot clock.
Oh, Russell's kind of been doing a little bit of everything tonight. He got the 7 assists we talked about, leading the WAC in assists. He's got 16 points and now give him 4 rebounds. So the stat sheet stuffer tonight. The 2 big, players here, Braun and Russell, have done their darn thing tonight.
Second personal foul on Deontay Simmons.
Look at Russell there, 563 total points on GCU record for points in the Division I season. So congratulations to Zero the Hero.
He'll take a seat. Players congratulate Dwayne. Jared Martin will also take a seat. Fifi Adu in the game.
Yeah, I talked about Darian Clark being a 5th-year senior, but it's also senior year for Russell as well, and so he doesn't want to go out with any else. In fact, he wants to go out playing some of his best basketball, and he certainly did that tonight between the defense that he did on Fred Sims Jr. and getting others involved like Russell and Braun and some of the other players out there. He played some good basketball. Kinzo Nudo cranking up a three.
How about Oscar Freyer getting a rebound on both ends of the court, coming back in.
9 boards now for Freyer. And that's kind of what he's been doing. He hasn't been scoring big numbers in double figures, but he's been playing the D, getting the blocks, getting the assists, and certainly getting the rebounds. Quite often 12+ rebounds a night.
As we mentioned during the pregame, 6 rebounds since moving back to that starting lineup per game. 7 games ago for Oscar Freyer.
Timeout on the floor.
3:20 on the clock, timeout on the floor. 79-51, the Lopes in control from start to finish. About to win their 20th game of the season and their 14th on their home court. And improved to 9-3 in the conference. Leave it here to see how it finishes.
At GCU, earning your degree online doesn't have to be without the college experience. To find your purpose, it takes support from those around you. GCU's leadership offers over 3 decades of experience in delivering real-world degree programs online. GCU's online class size averages less than 17 students with full-time faculty. Find your purpose online at Grand Canyon University. Call us today at 855-428-7692.
Hey Phoenix, it's Thunder Dan Marley, head coach at Grand Canyon University. Coming to GCU was a great move for me. Join Antelope Nation by enrolling as an evening student at our beautiful campus in the heart of Phoenix. Earn your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree to take your career to the next level. Engage with industry expert instructors in small classroom settings where you can get the support you need to excel. Scholarships available. See you on campus. Go Lopes.
Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu/evening.
Grand Canyon men's basketball is brought to you in part by Canyon State Credit Union, committed to you. Let's send it over to Kate Longworth.
Well, tonight is America Night here at GCU Arena, and really, there's always something to celebrate here at the arena. Tonight, the fans will be celebrating a 20-win season. It looks like the Lopes are poised and ready for that 20th victory tonight over Chicago State. But we want to remind you there's still one more home game left in this regular season. That's Saturday night against UMKC. There's still tickets available, and this is such a great environment for families, community members, and right now you can renew season tickets or get your season tickets for next year. Remember, the Lopes will be eligible for all tournament action next year as they finish that final year of transitioning to Division I play, so this will be the place to be.
No doubt about it. Great environment for the entire family. Loudest venue many of us have ever been in. Kerwin Smith called for the foul. Patrick Spear at the line, a 66% free throw shooter coming in. Hits the front end. GCU women victorious over Chicago State.
Got an update on that New Mexico State-Utah Valley game. That's 72-57 with 3 minutes. Make that 75-59 with 3:34 to play. So New Mexico State is up against it, down 16 points, under 4 minutes to go.
UMKC also holding Bakersfield tight. Things are getting interesting as they close out the regular season. Up high! Oh, it doesn't go for Oscar Freyer. Carr with a pickoff. Oh, he loses the handle. Gathers it behind the back. Freyer. Nudo. Pulling down three-pointer. Back out rebound Smith. Fresh 30. Carter was right. Nudo comes out. Dubovitsky on him, over to Frayer on the near side. Bounce pass. They do. Swarmed over there by Spear inside to Nudo, driving towards the bucket. Came over the top, did Palmer to put it home, but Nudo brings it back out. Shoot it. Shot clock violation.
Yeah, I'm not sure the players realized when that shot by Nudo went inside that they had not hit the rim, and there was no reset on that shot clock. But I don't think there was a whistle could have been called, but I think the officials, like everybody else, is just about ready for this one to wind down and be done with. Don't want to embarrass Chicago State, but it's something you got to keep playing basketball to some extent here. So
Fred Sims Jr. brings that three.
Yeah, he's still in the game because they have 7 guys out in street clothes tonight, so they don't have many options on their bench to bring Fred Sims Jr. out of this basketball game. And kids O'Neill goes barreling into. He gets himself an opportunity to go on and be registered in the scorebook.
Nudo on some inside presence. The three-point attempt's not falling, so he elects to take it to the bucket. Draws the foul. He goes to the line. Hasn't made too many trips. 3 of 6 so far in 8 games.
Such a hard thing to do when you've been sitting over on the bench for a couple hours and you want to be aggressive out there, but if you bang away from the outside till you finally hit a couple, it's tough. You got to do exactly what Nudo did there and get yourself an opportunity to get to the free throw line.
Palmer, Eves, under a minute to go. Long three. Oh my! That's Sims Jr.
That's his doing. He said, I'm going to keep playing. I get myself 21 points. Got to keep my average up. Knocks down that deep three-point shot. Under a minute to play in this one. You got yourself a 21-point. I think Coach Marley's got to feel real good about the way his team is going right now. He's going to make it 5 games in a row. Smith scores inside. Gets his first field goal. And the defense has been excellent during that stretch.
16 of the 21 points for Fred Sims Jr. in the second half. Shaq Carr waiting for the final seconds to tip off the clock. The Lopes are going to improve to 20-9 on the season, 14-3 on their home court, and 9-3 in the Western Athletic Conference. 82-59 is the final score. The Lopes win.
Well, nice job by GCU, and you got to give Chicago State. They found themselves down 22 points at the half, kept playing shorthanded, undermanned against a red-hot GCU team. There was no quitting them tonight. So congratulations to Coach Marley and his staff on a back-to-back 20-game win seasons.
Lopes playing real well down the stretch. As Scott mentioned, 5 straight victories. Let's send it over to Kate with the head coach.
All right, thank you very much. Well, Dan, congratulations. This is your 20th win on the season. That means back-to-back seasons with 20 wins. What's that mean to the program?
It means a lot. That's what we were looking for, especially early when we had a lot of guys get injured. We knew it was going to be a little bit of struggle, but we fought through it. I'm proud of our guys. We're starting to play better. Guys have gotten some playing time. Guys have grown up a lot this year. So back-to-back wins of 20 in our 4th year of Division I basketball is pretty good.
Yeah, very impressive. And right now you guys are riding a 5-game winning streak down the stretch when it really counts. What's been fueling the team's success as of late?
Well, just getting different contributions. Guys have stepped up. Tonight, Josh played well. You know, Dwayne's been a warrior the whole year. Darian's come back, played better. Keontae and spurts, Oscar, Fifi stepped in. So just a sprinkle of other guys stepping in, but the 2 main guys have always been Dwayne and Josh, and they fought through a lot this year. Dwayne, you know, we didn't say anything. Dwayne was playing with a broken hand for about 7 straight games. And he's just starting to get back from that. And Josh, we all know the battles he's went through with his knees and ankles. So both those guys epitomize what GCU was about.
Yeah, the team battled battling for sure. Congratulations. I know you want to finish off strong, but go right now and enjoy number 20.
All right, thank you.
All right, Dan Marley smiles after this one. And guys, as he said, just revealing the tough road that it has been for the Lopes, from Dwayne Russell, just enduring some injuries, the whole team, but they're fighting it out, and right now down the stretch, really making it count.
No doubt about it. He let the cat out of the bag as Dwayne Russell has been playing with that broken hand. It is incredible.
What a warrior.
It is incredible. Indeed, he is a warrior. 82-59 is the final score. Josh Braun leads the way with 29 points in the game, hitting 9 of 19 from the arc. 20 victories on the season. We'll be back to wrap things up from GCU Arena after this timeout.
Our company's Comfortpedic Inc. We're a local mattress company here. It's a small family business that my dad started. Now we are providing the dorm mattresses to the most recent dorms here at GCU. One of my professors, he was a professor for my junior year, Paul Waterman. He was the one that started everything. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. I came up with a short presentation, a very quick business pitch. I presented Dr. Gibb with my company history, and he loved it. So first we started with the hotel mattresses. Brett Courtwright was very helpful, and everything ran smoothly. From there, we began with the dorm mattresses. We asked them what exactly they were looking for in a dorm mattress, and that's when we started to come up with a prototype. We brought in one of the mattresses that GCU currently has. We opened it up. We saw where they needed improvement and what we could do best to maximize a better prototype. And we came up with the mattresses that we have now, and after that everything ran pretty smoothly, thankfully. You can see the community thriving along with GCU, and just the fact that GCU was willing to buy locally from a company that's only 10 minutes away, you can tell that they really want the community to grow with them. I'm very proud to say I'm a Lope, and I tell it to everyone, go to GCU, Lopes up. I'm very, very proud.
Back at GCU Arena after an 82-59 victory by the Lopes, their 20th of the season. Field goal percentage in favor of GCU. The threes, 12 of 31, 44-31 rebounding margin, and points in the paint, 30-19.
Yeah, they did it all. I love that first stat there, 33.3. That's getting after it defensively consistently all night. Under 30% in the first half. He kept it going in the second half, and I love the three-point shots made tonight. They were just raining them in from all over the place.
Yeah, you were mentioning during the break it tied Utah Valley for the most of the season.
Yeah, 12 on the season is a Division I record for this team. They tied it again tonight. Josh Braun, obviously mentioned, had 9 of those.
And then Dwayne Russell also hit a single season mark in scoring. It was a good night all around.
Yes, it was, and I love the fact, Kate mentioned, those 20 wins back-to-back season. That is huge for a program, and putting his stamp on college basketball.
Let's take a look, a revisit to your 3 keys with a little bit of a Chicago flavor.
Yeah, they really got after him. I think this, Windy City fast break, it was an 8-7 advantage, but there was a number of plays that also went their way because they were able to get those stops. And I love the deep dish. Look at the 21 assists.
That is deep.
Is huge tonight. And you got to remember too, that defense was so stifling that Chicago State only had 1 assist in the first half. And I love that Star-Spangled Banner year at GCU at their 20th win on the season. It's just a testimony to the entire coaching staff and the players' mental strength to keep going through and battling what Coach Marley mentioned, the injuries, and didn't let that affect how they were going to go out and compete every night.
How about your buddy Mark Pope at Utah Valley? I'm looking at an updated score, 82-68 over New Mexico State in New Mexico State territory with 1.5 minutes to go in the game.
They're doing a nice job. It looks like they're going to hold on and win that basketball game. So, it's kind of funny. New Mexico State had it rolling there with those 20 straight wins, and all of a sudden now they've lost 3 of their last 4 basketball games. Anything can happen in this wacky world of college sports. That's why you keep your head down, you keep plugging away, you keep playing hard.
Well, there's a few players to talk about for our player of the game, but we give it to Josh Braun with all those threes.
Josh Braun was fantastic. He started with that one off that cookie cutter on the press there, and then he got a nice pass for Keontae Vernon. He goes inside, and then he realized, I got this flamethrower working. I'm just going to keep torching him from behind the arc. It was matter if it was the left side, the right side, stepping back into three-point shots, deep three-point shots. It didn't matter. The kid was unstoppable tonight. The mayor did his darn thing. 9 of 19 from behind the arc. Give the kid 29 points, 3 rebounds, a few block shots as well, and 33 minutes of action.
Scored the game's first 8 points. Josh Braun with 29 tonight in this 20th victory of the season. Also a score update up to the minute. Looks like UMKC down just by 3 against Bakersfield at the half. So they've got a game too. So it'll be interesting to follow that as the evening progresses.
Well, I know that this is important to GCU. They can't go into the WAC conference, so to get the best record they possibly can in the regular season is fantastic. Phoenix second a year ago, and you know, if they could get a piece of that, that would be really something compared to, you know, how many injuries they had, the surgeries that they had to overcome. Josh Braun, the player of the preseason player of the year, goes down and misses significant time. Dwayne Russell steps up. The coaching staff doesn't let the team splinter. Wonderful job by everybody.
How about Darian Clark? We talked about him in the pregame show. He'd been hitting about a 60% clip. He's really gained some confidence. Wants to close out this season with the Lopes very strong.
Wants to go out with a bang, and you gotta remember, this is another guy that was also hurt. He separated his shoulder diving for a ball in practice. Missed significant time in the middle of the season. He comes back, and you would never know the way he's throwing his body around like a sack of potatoes. He keeps good another offensive rebound, slamming dunks down, banging into guys, blocking shots. I'm really impressed by this kid because he could have just rolled it up and said, hey, I'm a fifth-year senior. I busted my shoulder. Time to wrap it up. But no, stuck to it and is playing hard and playing well.
All right. Before we leave you, let's send it back over to Kate with Josh Braun.
Well, guys, he's truly the mayor because it's only about 15 feet to get over to me, but it took him about 7 minutes because he had to shake hands, take photos. But the point being, no. The point being, Josh Braun is a player fans excited to come out here, and he really gives back to the community. And today, giving it all for his team. You went out there, and you might have heard it. You're the mayor. You might have heard of this guy, Josh Braun. You went out there and broke his record for the most threes in a game with 9 threes tonight. How did it feel to break your own record?
It was good. I mean, it was fun to get out there. Had some open looks, and the guys did a good job of getting me the ball, and so I appreciate them in that. And wish a few of them, some in and outs there. Wish I would have dropped as well. But it was a fun night. It was good to come here and take care of business tonight, and wasn't a double overtime game like it was last time at their place. So that was good. We took care of business.
Yeah, this is the 5th straight game or win right now down the stretch for you guys. You guys are really turning it up, recognizing what's at stake. What's been fueling the success of the team as of late?
I think it's just a matter of playing good defense, letting that translate to good offense. I think executing is great. I think, of course, there's a lot of mistakes that we've still been making, but we're trying to clean that up. Each day at practice, we've been working hard, and I think that's a big part of it.
And you've been a big part of this program and all the days that you have suited up in the Lopes uniform, but now it's been back-to-back seasons where the Lopes have accomplished winning 20 games or more. What's that mean to this program?
It's a big milestone for us. We're trying to develop a winning culture, and it starts now while we're ineligible, and next year we're looking forward to that season where we're eligible for that NCAA tournament. So it's just a matter of making good habits, create a winning culture.
Lastly, Saturday is the final home game of the regular season, plus it's senior night. What's on your mind as you guys head into that? And you still have a shot at a stake in the title.
Yeah, no, I think, New Mexico State's losing right now. I think we heard that back in the locker room. We still got a chance. We need a couple teams to lose, but, it's big, especially senior night. You never know, this could be our last, few of the last guys' games here tonight, Dwayne and Darian, and we want to come out ready to play for them, play hard for them. It's been a fun ride with both of them, and, to make sure you go out with a bang, especially at home. So that's big for us.
All right, we wish you the best of luck, and congratulations on a great night tonight.
Thank you.
The mayor making things happen for the Lopes, and guys, he kind of summed it up. Saturday night, it's going to be a big one, so we hope a lot of people will be out here. Otherwise, of course, tuning into our coverage.
Yeah, Saturday night's going to be, no doubt, a very emotional night for Dwayne Russell and for Dan Marley, because when you've talked to both of them separately, they just really talk glowingly about one another. And Dan even said, hey, if I could adopt the kid, I would. I mean, he's like another son to me. And that's just the bond that Dan Marley has found here at this level at college basketball. The former NBA or the former Olympian has a special bond with his players.
You know, I always thought Dan would be a a pro coach. And to see him doing so well so quickly at the college level, not just with the wins, but the maturation of developing players and connecting to the players, something that my college coach was able to do with a number of players. It's just blown me away that he's, really become like a father figure to some of these guys, and how they have so much confidence and not so much worry about the wins and the losses, that he's got the best for what they want to do post-basketball in mind as well.
Well, New Mexico State about to lose tonight to drop to 9-3 in the conference. It is over. Utah Valley wins the game at New Mexico State. So the Lopes and the Aggies are now 9-3 in the conference. UMKC down by 3 at the half against Bakersfield. Bakersfield on top of this conference at 10-1. It could make that Saturday night game a very interesting game against a very tough UMKC squad. The Roos, winners of 5 straight, entering action this evening. They'll hop into town this Saturday to take on GCU. The Lopes look to avenge an 83-77 loss at KC in January, a game in which GCU led by 12 at the half. Kate will kick it off. The Lopes pregame show at 6:30 on CW6, online at gcu.tv, or you can listen on the radio to Michael Potter and Tom Kuiper on KFYI 12:30 a.m. That'll do it from here at GCU Arena, where tonight the Lopes beat the Cougars 82-59. Please join us again Saturday night for senior night, homecoming. The Lopes taking on the Roos. For Kate Longworth, Scott Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Barry Butel. Wishing you a wonderful evening, and God bless America.